Hello and welcome to Konsui Fighter Live. My name's Logan, and with me I have
Shane.
Shane. You couldn't even do it.
What?
I was supposed to do it. You did it
You
again.
looked at
you
me.
did it again.
And you were silent for a second. So I'm like, are you waiting for me to say something?
What's your name again?
No. Take it away, Luke.
So before the stream, last stream, he took
Callback time.
He took everything from me, calling everyone out, and he's like, "All right, I won't say anything." And then I was trying to make him say something.
Pause. All right, chat. Mm-hmm. Was there enough of a pause there
that was the point?
That I was in the wrong for responding.
You can tell we put a lot of planning into it.
Right.
You should have said, "Nope, I'm not going to do it." Anyways, hi guys, my name's Logan. This is Shane. That's Sean. Say hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
All right, sweet. This is Konsui Fighter Live. This is our third stream for 2022.
Is that right?
No, this is our fourth stream.
I was going to say it's our fourth this year.
April Fools. I just got you.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
We should have planned some actual April Fool's stuff.
I know, I thought about that one.
Even though it's a day late.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's close enough.
April Fools.
My mom was showing our Halloween thing to one of my nieces.
Oh,
She
yeah.
loved it. We should do something like that again.
Yep.
But, yeah, welcome. Konsui Fighter Live. Coming to you live from our studio in Overland Park. For those of you who are new to this, Konsui Fighter is a game that me and our team are working on. It is a mobile fighting game built for mobile devices. You can find it currently in early access on the Google Play Store. If you just search Konsui Fighter, it'll be right there. And these shows are pretty much our monthly kickoff shows to kind of say what we've been doing for the month as far as the game goes, and we usually do some type of activity. So today we're doing Gundam stuff.
Mostly,
except for me.
Yeah.
I decided to change my mind.
Okay. No. We're going to pause right there.
Uh-huh.
I specifically brought up to Logan, like, hey, do we want to do Gundams or maybe do like Legos and do something during the stream? He's like, no, we're going to do Gundams this time. He shows up today and he's like, okay, I lied. And he pulls out his Lego set from the car. I'm like, God damn it. I would have gotten a Lego set to build Legos if you had not.
Hey, I'm doing you a favor.
I know. I need to work on this. In all reality, I think I've finished the arms and the feet. Like
I think the head.
I don't think I did the head. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
Usually
might have
they
been
start with the head.
on the last one.
Okay.
But yeah. Yep. So I got a lot to go.
I have piles to go
the
through.
Legos are fun,
Yeah.
you guys.
He got a really cool one. So.
Yep.
Well, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's now
The
April.
First topic of the
It
day.
is
What
April.
the heck have we been working on?
Yep. So the big, at least on my end, some big news is Konsui Fighter, the mark, as you can see here, minus the live part.
Except for that's not the final mark.
Okay.
No,
Well,
but
close enough. Konsui Fighter, the mark, has gone past all of the stuff to be trademarked. So we had some revisions with the trademark office that we had to do, but we did that. It's approved, so now it's probably going to be still a few
Off
months,
the publication.
but it's done.
is it
Yeah.
past the review?
No,
Where they
that
can
is
contest
what
it?
we go
Okay,
to next. But
But I don't
Yeah.
think we've had anybody contest
no,
it.
No,
and we would be
generally don't.
we'd be more likely to get a contest on the term
Yes.
than the specific logo.
Yeah.
Right. And the term we have. So.
yeah. Yep.
But anyway, so that's good. So glad that we could get that done.
Now we just have one major one left, and
Yep.
some other ones we want to do.
Yep.
And then as far as conventions go, we are still we should be going to NakaCon, which might be the last one.
Yeah.
We'll
Sounds
see.
like it probably will, or at least for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
Unless
So
somebody has a few 100,000 they want to donate.
donate to a worthy cause.
Yeah.
But NakaCon, our anime convention here in Kansas City, unfortunately ran out of funding because it's all a non-for-profit, and
Because of
pandemic
COVID stuff.
hurts.
the pandemic But so they have one this year. I've been emailing the person that usually runs the gaming area, so we're still in chats. But as far as I know, we should still be there, which is the last week of
Last
May.
weekend in May.
Yeah, last weekend in May. So we will be there. Other than that, that's pretty much my news.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Other major things we've been working on. So I guess while we have Ellen in the chat, Ellen was able to wrap up the tutorial outline for Isamu. We're getting into those character tutorials now. So we got the script for that done and reviewed, and Sean's been working on scripting that up, and we're kind of finalizing that. So getting that going, and then we'll be kicking off, I think, Hitan and Kenta is the next two to get together, and I think I want to say after they're done, we're basically like halfway done with the tutorial modules overall, or somewhere around there. That would be the halfway point exactly. So we're plugging along on that front. The big thing that Sean and I have been working on as far as like the technical side is all the AI updates, which we talked about a little bit, but we've actually gotten into the weeds. Do you want to explain like the main piece we're kind of refactoring, I guess, a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, so we drew out this big chart on the board, and even like a couple of them actually, talking about like general flows and things we want to change. We do something kind of similar to what they used to do for like chess, where they would plan out so many moves ahead. So this will actually like run simulations of like, well, what if I tried this move, or like what if I dodged, and then it tries to get metrics on those, kind of normalize them, and then pick between the best scoring things typically. So we had a version of that before. We're refining how some of that calculation is done, but a lot of it is we're doing a lot more simulations now, and we're doing it in a bit more efficient way.
We're targeting a much more rapid turnaround, and we're throwing more at it. So
we're more almost constantly simulating stuff.
So I think that's really the big reason for the change. So like Sean mentioned, we kind of simulate like what would happen if I did this move or that move. And the way we were doing it before is when we're deciding we want to do something, that was kicking off the simulation at that time. So then that's the starting point of like running all those simulations, gathering the results. The next time the AI has a chance to kind of like take action, whenever that's done is when it would actually initiate doing something.
So there's always a bit of a delay.
There's always a bit of a delay, and kind of like only so frequent that we were doing it. So now what we're doing is obviously based on the difficulty of the AI, it'll be more frequent or less frequent, but it's always assessing that in the background every so often. So when it decides I want to do something, it already has a list of options available that's waiting based on the most recent forecasting result.
So it should be a lot fresher. Again, we've got performance down. Really good.
Like on PC right now. So I think on average, I've seen we're now doing around 21 simulations in our tests, where before we were maybe doing like 5 to 8, somewhere in there. And at least as of right now on our development PCs, it's been taking 1 or 2 milliseconds to complete the pass. We've been testing on some of our lower end phones, and it's taking around 50 milliseconds, which is great because that's kind of our most frequent, like highest difficulty rate of checking. So at the moment, we're right on target for the high end of the difficulty to scale between like a lower end phone up to like a really capable PC. And that's another aspect of it too, is that we're now doing it at a fixed rate. So the AI shouldn't be better or worse because of your CPU, basically. Like if you're on a lower end CPU, we're kind of capping the more capable stuff to still be at that rate, so it's not doing way more. So we're trying to manage scaling. As of this morning / last night, the AI is now getting results. It's taking actions. It's scoring everything. Now I think it's about kind of making sure all the numbers are looking good. Sean's got to kind of rewire up the AI monitoring that we talked about, because we completely, I mean, I wouldn't say completely changed how it's doing it. We reorganized a little bit, but it's a little cleaner now where you can capture the results. So,
well, and the fact that we're doing more, I want to manage how some of that's handled differently too, so we're not just filling up RAM on the phone necessarily. Because before I was kind of storing all that
state there, because that'll fill up pretty quick. So, but yeah, so you know, is
that what was happening at PAX a few years ago? Okay,
no.
We've had little issues off and on with the AI. But yeah, a lot of this pass, beyond just this optimization, is going to be kind of tweaking how it picks things. Like Shane's also putting in a governor, so like it doesn't just sit there and do the same move over and over again necessarily.
Right. So, there's going to be a system in the AI that kind of manages allowing certain things to be done based on like over a period of time. You can think of it like when I use a move, I'm kind of burning down my chance of using that move, and that slowly creeps back up over time. So like if I do it a bunch, I'm going to chip to where I don't allow that, but over time, like it'll kind of allow it again, because that will burn off. And
we
so
gotta
like
tweak numbers around that, and just the general like what it picks.
The key final piece of the AI is going to be balancing just all the numbers around all these, and monitoring is critical for that.
Because we got to see what it's simulating and what numbers it's getting, so we can get a better idea.
So this forecasting update is kind of one of the handful of key AI updates we planned out. The governor's the next one, I think, that will play a role in that. And then there's a few just little tweaks to this process to kind of allow, but we're getting pretty close into where like once we get these systems in place, it's really just about analyzing the AI results and balancing the numbers to get the behavior we want out of it. So
I mean, at this rate, this is probably one of the last big systems.
This is really kind of the last like core system as pertains to the game that needs to kind of be rounded out to get to where we want it for launch in terms
and a lot of it's
the capability.
It's just, tweaking,
refining it. Our goal, and we've talked about this before, is to make the high-end difficulty AI a challenge. And I think what's driving some of this is like even in the current version of the build, there are certain things you can cheese with the AI, and there are times where it's still, as long as you're using the mechanics moderately well, it's not super difficult. So we want to try to get that as difficult as possible, and then find ways to control scaling that back and scaling down the difficulty to what we feel is a more reasonable level for each of the stages. So we have to get to that point where, okay, yes, the AI is a definite challenge. Now, how do we throttle it? So we're trying to implement a few things to address some of the behavior we're seeing that are keeping it from being as effective as it could be. This forecasting thing, again, is something that should allow it to react more quickly and do stuff more often. So yeah, we'll be playing around with that a lot. And that's going to be a big focal point of the actual game side, probably over the next month or two, depending on how far we get in the next month. But
and,
so
hopefully maybe by next month we can get the AI.
We want to show the monitoring.
We showed a version of it way back. But,
it's been a long time. But
and then we could actually show it like we're setting up now, and I kind of set up some of this before we started refactoring, of where you can actually pause the simulation and see like what it did in each of these simulations. So we can see like, well, it tried to do a punch, but why didn't it connect? It's like, oh, this is probably why.
Right.
If we need to tweak anything there.
Or like I can say like right now, looking at some of the numbers earlier this morning, I see that like for some reason Kenta's chest slam wasn't logging damage in scenarios where I would expect it to. And I think it's because the physics interval we have is allowing him to pass through the other character before damaging. So that's where like we might need to, we talked about checking our physics rate for the simulations, because the simulations technically iterate the game at like half speed, or I guess double speed. Like every step we iterate is twice as 2 frames at a time. So that helps keep the performance more adequate. But it does mean that it's slightly less accurate than what the actual game would be, which to some degree we kind of chalk that up to the AI having
Yeah,
kind of
guessing.
fuzzy logic. You know, it's not perfect.
And a lot of AI systems do things
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
It's just like he said before, breaking up how often it
Mhm.
picks is another way of doing that. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, and then I think the other, area we've looked at a bit is more planning for Khan, and I've been working on some of the gray boxing for him.
He's kind of a funky character.
He is funky. I think we talked a little bit about his setup, but it's good because in these planning discussions, I think we found a kind of way to expand on the angle with him that we were going to take. I guess we'll talk a little bit more about that here because that's what we're here for, is
Sure.
to talk about the bread and butter details. So for Khan, we always designed him to be a little different in that he kind of floats in midair, so you don't have like a jump. Oh no, the audio cut out during the slide. I bet I don't have the mixer enabled in that view. Awesome. I don't think you missed much. So, but yeah, so Khan doesn't jump. He floats in midair. So toggling the jump will switch positions that he's elevated. He's also like a stance character. So he has like one form where he's more condensed and he does less damage, but he takes less damage. And another form where he deals more, but he's like fully vulnerable. So in our discussions, I think what we've decided is we're combining those to where he's in the more exposed form when he's closer to the ground and more vulnerable, but he's more aggressive. When he's elevated, he swaps to his condensed form. That is his utility maneuver, is his stance change. And then another angle we kind of discovered, I think we're going to go with for him, is managing the meters as like resource gain and burn for some of his moves. So for example,
charge.
Right. So like his holds will sap a resource from the player. So like he has one hold in the air that I believe he saps charge from the player. So as they get hit by that hold, every hit actually deducts charge from the player and adds charge to his meter. And then if he's on the ground, he has a hold that saps health. So when in the alternate stance, he can burn that resource with some of his special attacks. So
he's our only character that can like burn health.
Yeah.
To do a move.
So like he has a projectile where he kind of throws a chunk of himself off in the stage, and there's a bunch of limbs that can hit the opponent. Well, when he does that, he's using part of his health to do that. And he has a series of electric attacks where he can use the charge. Since those attacks kind of align with the super, we're taking this approach where there's 3 stages of them. So you can use the normal special attack version, which uses like a smaller subset of that resource to do a moderate amount of damage. You can use the enhanced special version to do a more enhanced version. And there's a super that correlates to that. So if you're using his charge-based super on the ground, it's his electric wave that we've already developed for him, and we've kind of put a preview in place. If you're using his health-based super while he's in the air, it's a different super that he's going to have that I kind of have an idea for, that functions differently, kind of over top of the opponent. So yeah, we're going to... we still have some details we're working out with Khan. Like, there's some interesting challenges due to the fact that he doesn't... like he floats. Like, how do knockdowns work?
Yeah.
Like if he's holding an air position and you have a character that's doing like an air setup that would normally knock them down, should that always force him to the ground and then recovering to a ground position like a normal character? Does that take away from him being able to do much in the air? Because every time he's hit, he's going to be forced to the ground.
Yeah.
Do we have him recover back to the position he was last in, the stance he was last in?
How do you handle juggling?
Does he not use a knockdown?
Yeah.
I think he does need to have the knockdown, because without it, that takes away from the move dynamics of the other characters playing out the way you expect them to. So, like, that's what this gray boxing phase is about, is we're putting, like, really rough, just hard sprites for Khan in a version of him in Engine that we can wire up and test some different approaches to that stuff to just land on, yes, we want to handle like his hits or his knockdown in this fashion. And that'll help us kind of round out the final list of additional content we need from Jas. And Jas, if you're watching, we're trying to not add too much to your plate, obviously, with this. I think there's nothing that we're not using that's been done already, but there's a subset of things that we never put together for Khan as we added them to other characters, like dashing or maybe some of the strong attacks being a little more dynamic when we did that pass. So there's that, and then there's the new stuff based on the direction we're taking him. So we kind of need to land on that, flesh all that out, and then we'll be putting together some material for Jas. And once Jas gets at least the sketches done, we may not have like the finalization yet, but we can start the white boxing phase where Sean's going to be putting together kind of the different components of Khan in the engine, because we're managing him a little bit differently than a typical character. He's kind of broken into lots of little pieces that do their own thing.
And they have to kind of communicate back and forth, like, okay, now we're doing this move. So
right.
Get to the
like
point.
the body may always be doing an idle animation, whereas when you go to do this punch attack, the arm portion is going to do a punch. Or when you're changing state, like the body and the arm and the kind of tornado under him might need to do a particular animation like in tandem to represent that. So there's a lot of that where we're kind of breaking them down into pieces, and
we're even handling them in the editor a little differently. So interesting.
But there are some things we identified that I think will help make that easier to manage.
And as complicated as he is, he's still our last character.
Yes.
So we can kind of just dedicate some time to him. He think it'll be worth it being a boss.
Yes.
So,
Are you planning on making a tutorial for him?
Yes.
Okay.
He is our last tutorial module. Yep. So that is one thing, is like depending on
Well, good luck.
Yeah. No, that one will probably be one of the more interesting character tutorials, just given the fact that he's a little different. I mean, I think Hitan will be a little different too, in that she's got kind of her bird's resource that's a little unique, but still
a little more explanation.
Fairly straightforward to explain. But so Khan's going to be a big focal point over the coming months as well.
Yep.
So I think that's a lot of the big stuff that we got going on right now. And in a way, I think that kind of covers a bit of, did it not?
It went back to welcome when you did the slide. I just didn't.
But it just switched to topic 2.
That is
it
topic two.
was on topic 2, and then it went back to welcome at one point.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, there we
Okay. What's next? We kind of talked about it. But yeah, so we're continuing with the AI. We're continuing with Khan's setup. We got more tutorial modules. We touched on it briefly, but Logan and I have been talking preliminarily about some of our like marketing outreach plan, our social community management stuff. So there's kind of a suite of information. We're kind of gathering and outlining a game plan for that. We have the one more trademark to kind of finalize, and NakaCon coming up. So I think that's a lot of what we'll be talking about in subsequent updates.
Getting there.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Naka is going to be our last convention.
Probably of the year.
Well, for the
Probably
year,
for
but
a
even
while.
until after release.
If Naka's
Probably.
if Naka's not happening, PAX South isn't a thing anymore. Like
Our next option is to go back to East.
Yeah. Which would be next year, because I think East this year would be happening this month. So but maybe we could look into that potentially.
And we could see what other ones pop up around then.
Yeah.
But when is West? I always forget.
It's towards the fall.
Fall.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think it's usually like September or August.
Sure. Because we haven't done that one, but I also know
We
it's a bigger
tried getting into West is kind of different than getting into East or South.
Yeah.
From what I remember, didn't we kind of find out?
It's just more of like, it's definitely with West, it's going to be who you know.
Yeah.
one. Sure.
Because And that's
or
a lot
Rising
of the
or
big
something.
right. I mean,
But
that's the
I don't
biggest
know
thing.
if
Is that's
we
a lot of
can,
the.
now that we were picked for Rising one year.
No, but that might be more of an incentive to have us maybe if we got picked for Rising.
Sure.
And that would
Sure.
also. Well, I think that's how they do the Rising. I think
for
there's.
West.
I think yeah,
Yeah.
because I think they pick out of the people that won
Mhm.
Rising.
Gotcha.
I think that's how they did it. Now, what I am curious about is that we were at Rising for the last year until they
Yeah.
stopped doing these, because this is the first year that they're doing in person again.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be. I mean, these are all questions that I could get answered.
Yeah. We have
But
time.
it's also like with West, it's the hardest part about West is that it is primarily the big guys.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So we
But
have
they've
people
always
like
had a pretty big focus on having some indies.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
It's not
But-
that.
Yeah.
It's just more of
We're probably
how
not
much
gonna
exposure
have the same,
are we
right.
going to be getting
Sure.
because
Versus everybody else.
right, because if you've got Xbox and Activision and Blizzard and Sony and
But at the same
EA.
time, there's like what 50,000 or more people there. Like it's still going to be a lot of people walking by.
But I think we would have a better chance
Mhm.
trying to do East as an indie showcase if we can show this on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
which-
they do, or because the indie showcase for East is mobile,
Mhm.
and they now consider Switch. I would assume Steam Link would be
Yeah.
mobile. It would be stupid
Steam
if they
If they do the Switch
if they
and
do
not
the
the
Switch
Deck.
and not that, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would assume that, and if we're like, hey, it's on Steam Deck, I think that would probably
Yeah.
give us the
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, and at some point we're going to start looking at Steam, or Switch is another
Yes.
possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you're getting your Steam Deck soon. So
Yeah,
hopefully-
so I guess that is another thing that's coming up next.
Yeah.
Is I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for that
Q2.
precious email. Yeah, this month starts the Q2 window for Steam Deck orders to be fulfilled. Monday, after this weekend, is the first day that the Q2 folks are getting the first round of invites. So the earliest I might be able to complete my order and get the deck would be next week.
Mhm.
But I mean, we have from now until June.
And
So
the nice thing is, since we already have a Linux PC build, like we've already
I-
set it up to essentially build and run.
yeah, we've done kind of Valve's recommended work to set up a build environment to test prior to having a deck.
Yeah.
We've got that all working. And then based on some of the stuff I've been seeing in the community about like the image and what's available, like building it natively on the deck, like out of box, should be pretty quick and easy to do.
Yep.
So I'm more curious. I think if we have a hitch with it, the big hitch is going to be like something dumb like the middleware we use to do controller input on
Mhm.
desktop.
Doesn't support
The
it.
button mapping is like off from our
Ah.
expected. We have had a few cases of that with
Sure.
like DualShock 4 and stuff. On...
But I assume it'll just show up as like almost like an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. It's just like the button mappings
Sure.
from that might be a little off from our normal
Well, and-
arrangement. But
And even their OS has
Yeah.
remapping as an option. So
yeah,
we'll see.
but yeah, like I'll be curious to see. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think we'll be able to get it up and running very quickly. We'll obviously share that on stream once we have it working.
Yep.
And yeah, it'll be kind of fun to play around with that. So yeah.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think next up we have our Gundam build on the second half of the stream. But before we do that, we'll take a quick little 2 to 5 minute break here. Go ahead and grab a drink if you haven't topped up so you can stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be back in a few with some models, minus Logan, who's going to do some Legos again. So.
I've got a lot of that. I have a lot of Lego
You
sets.
do,
I
yeah.
gotta,
You
I gotta
do.
build it, especially because I just got the DeLorean one. At least
Yeah.
I got it ordered.
Yeah.
So
I
that
need to get that one.
that one will probably, according to online, it's shipping at the end of the month. So
Nice.
the 23rd. I'm hoping it's sooner. Part of me was like, maybe I'll just go to pick it up at the store if they have any.
Mhm.
But I was also like, even if I bought it, I probably won't be building it until later anyways because I
Right.
still have this.
Yeah.
Plus I have the Sonic one that I really wouldn't mind putting together.
Yeah.
Plus I also have the Mario cube
Oh
one.
yeah.
So and that one's gonna take longer than this one. So I've got some, and I don't know. I kind of really want the Jurassic Park diorama one that they did.
Yeah.
The Star Wars ones
Yeah. I like
are
the trench
neat.
one.
If I was gonna get one, it would be the trench. But my issue, right? I'm running out of places to put
Yep.
these.
The problem is-
Yeah.
So
That's why one of my ideas with the Gundams, which I even bought the line for it. I was gonna use like fishing line to have them like fighting on the ceiling, just floating, so you could also at least put them up and make them look cool. Because we could put them from these. But yeah, one of these days.
one of these days, Alice. One of these days,
And we at least have
we're
that
gonna
case
go to
here.
commercial break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by commercial, I mean just a break because there's no
Yeah,
commercials.
yeah. Just a commercial for our game.
I mean, yeah. There's semi-recent gameplay.
Hi,
footage.
Hillary. You're literally about to catch
Right.
us on a break really quick.
Stick around.
And then, give us like 2 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start our Gundams.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we'll be back in just a few, so stay tuned. We'll be back with some Gundams. If I can find them right back.
The buttons. We can't find the buttons. He's still.
Ready.
My rage conquers
Fight.
all! Out of my way!
See you next time. Ready?
My rage conquers
Fight.
all!
Catch me if you can. Ready.
Time to step it up.
Fight.
Coming through. Break it down.
It is time to strike. Knockout.
A modest test of ability.
Ready. I am ready to fight.
Flower bomb! A modest test of ability.
Ready.
Let's go.
Fight. Fly. Rolling kick. Ready.
Let's go.
Fight. Go. Go. Knockout. Peace. Ready. Fight. Knockout.
All things must come to an end. For your purity.
We're back. We are back.
Helps if I turn on my mic. And we're
Maybe.
back. Mostly.
Oh no, you don't have the close-up thing.
Well, I didn't switch to the close-up yet.
We have a. Oh, you
Yeah,
had a preview before, but we can switch to if we need to.
Yeah, well,
we-
I can toggle to it at will.
We'll go ahead and
Right,
show off Logan's.
All right.
Very close.
Let's do this one. Nope.
No.
Oh, that's right. Hold on.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
entered the void. Yeah. So the only problem is like the source. Can you unlock that? The source has to stay active. You guys, we just got sucked into a black hole. It's really, really like cramped in here. It's so dark.
Almost there. We're getting the torch
Well,
out.
while we're doing that, full camera and close up. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're gonna get it.
The one thing we didn't
Well, here,
check
I'm
during
gonna
break.
start.
Yeah. Go
Well,
ahead and
no,
save
no, no. We know this does that. We just forgot to
it. There
like
it is.
unlock it. Oh my gosh. We forgot to unlock it before starting the camera shot, but that's fine.
Oh my god, guys.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. Or I'm so startled. Oh, it's a little crooked. Tilt the head
Oop. We're
towards you, down.
up,
Yeah.
up, up.
Close.
I
Go
mean,
back up here.
we'll get it eventually, guys. We'll get
Yeah.
it
Really
eventually.
close enough.
This is a quality stream
Yeah.
here, right?
Go fancy, do a Dutch angle.
So, all right, where the heck did I leave off? I have the arms and
So-
hands.
I made a decision. I want to go back to one of my girls. I forgot I started her.
Yeah,
Just for some variety.
I just
Oh, no,
have.
You can't see what's behind the camera. Blocked by the other camera.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's the close up. That's the point.
You can just put it in front of the
Oh
I like
my
how you
God.
can almost see your laptop and then your hand disappears.
Oh my god. Wait, how far do you have to go? There it is.
Yep.
Wait, point and like have the tip of your finger
Go into
come into the view so it looks like and like line it up. So like tilt
Oh, to
down.
be your arm.
Yep. Yep. Keep going. Tilt. Yep. There you go. Logan has
Finger
finger
arm.
arm. Wave. Wave, Logan. Hi, guys. Wow. This is what you guys came for, right? Okay. Dude, I thought I had the feet. I
Nope.
apparently have only completed the arms on this.
Rotate.
Ah.
I see crash.
Yep, this is the Crash Bandicoot G Fuel. I
Wow.
want you to try this, and QT finally has other flavors. I don't expect this to be like the powder. I think is going to be better, but let's just try it.
Mm-hmm. The G Fuel aficionado.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Did you miss something?
No. This, if I'm reading this correctly, this is designed to come apart in sections. Yeah, check this out. This is designed to have like a breakaway panel system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I missed this the last time we well, this one's on there pretty good, but I think this is supposed to fold. out like
Yep.
that, and this
For
can fold.
maintenance.
Yeah, so like you
Get a
can
close-up.
open up the arms to like break away the panels for maintenance access. That's kind of nuts. And then they'll just kind of like fold back in. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't-
perfect grades are nuts.
I got far enough to like building these, but apparently I missed that panel. So yeah, I am starting now with
Nope.
the legs. I
Nope,
think.
it wasn't. Good call out.
Oh, it wasn't on?
I forgot to turn it off when I went to the
Yeah.
restroom.
Yeah,
I mean, Logan, I'm pretty sure everybody can hear you just fine.
probably.
My bad.
Okay, so DELQS.
Also, just want to say Ellen's usually here for these, but she wasn't feeling good, so. But she's here in spirit in the chat.
Yep.
And so for me, I'm working on this Lego blacksmith. So as you can see, I've got the bottom level almost done. There's a tree that I'm going to build right now for this. But we got the little blacksmith guy right here, and he's like, "Hey, what can I build for you?" And then we have his little dog friend right here, and he's like, "Bark, bark, I'm a dog."
Or,
And then, you know what? It might just be easier to like, just take this off.
Oh.
Just,
up, lift it up.
there we go.
There you
All right. So,
go.
what's up, blacksmith guy?
Nice.
All right.
Go full
So,
screen, or is that good?
no, this is probably fine.
Okay.
So we have the part in which, okay, here we go. Yep. So this is like the front level. This is like the stairs that's going to go up to the second level that I'm going to build. But this little like thing, like it lights up, right? Because it's like
the forge.
it's the forge thing. It's like you go whoosh, and then it like, yeah. And I got some swords that we already made right here
Mhm.
and stuff. And then inside, oh wait, let's go like, wait, and we're gonna go inside.
Yeah, we don't have a small enough camera.
But we got some sticks, you know.
Lucky you have a helmet right next to your pot and pan.
Yep, yeah, we got a little pot and pan, and then there's a helmet because in case you're cooking. We have a little like chest of like ingots right here, and we have one that was
Oh, a grinding wheel.
grinding wheel. Yep, and it actually turns and whatnot
Nice.
too. We have some armor that was made and a shield. Their little eating area
Some coal.
or coal. That's probably what it is, not their eating area. Actually, no, their eating area is the second floor.
Ah,
Let's see, we got a broom and a shovel and a hammer. And yep, so
garden off to the side. I guess yeah. The dog. Nice.
yeah, the dog's there. Got a pumpkin on the back. The little windows. Whoops. The little windows open too.
Mhm. The
And-
classic windows.
Yep.
Well,
This, I think. No, this is a tree's gonna go here.
okay. But
This-
what is that next to it? Is that a well?
This?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good. I mean, I'm assuming when I build it. Then we got our logs,
Firewood. Nice.
firewood in there, and
Storage shed.
yep. So
Pretty cute.
yeah, this has been a cool set, and you can switch it back. By the way,
Here's your hand.
this is my hand. Just got it. There we go.
Nice.
So yeah.
I also finally remembered to bring my nice clippers. I've had them at home.
So I will put this over. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. And then this can be attached here. And then this. It's good. It's good. They have.
Good.
I don't know. I might get the powder of that. If I do, don't tell Ellen.
I'd almost be more shocked if you don't get it. That probably implies that it's bad.
Can I get one of those things, I
Little
guess?
kit?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna turn my mic off really quick while I make a bunch of crinkling noises.
Sure.
Crinkly, crinkly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna highlight. I also got like this set of sanding paper sticks, so it goes up to like 6,000 grit for like almost just a polish. So I figured that'd be good for some of these. You do a close up. I can't reach.
Oh no, her head fell off.
She's really cute.
So
I'm just a floating head.
She's a robot. It's okay. Maybe if it's an actual like android or just like a robot.
So Logan, next month's stream,
Next month.
what is our activity?
So we are going to change it up
Oh no.
for next month. And it is going to be
I don't like change.
a board game stream.
Yep.
As far as
So
what game, I don't know.
I was gonna say, so what we need to do, we need to pick a list of possible options.
Yeah.
And put a poll up
Oh.
and let the community pick what they want to see us play.
We have some good ones. Like that
We
one you
have a
brought
lot of
yesterday
good
was
ones.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Bard Song. Yeah, you didn't get to see that, but
It was a huge set.
No,
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is trying to figure out how we're going to get the shot at that.
No, I think it'll be fine.
we can get a top down.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably set up a top down. I have an idea for
I
it.
did
Just
get
gotta do
my
it.
other package for Bard Song this morning too, and yes,
Yeah.
it was the full play mat that is in neoprene. I couldn't
Sure.
remember if it was just like player mats or that, but no, it's like the full play mats. So
Hey, it's like either his wife or like somebody. But it sees she's got two parts of the head. But see, look at she's like winking. Oh wow.
Could be his sister
Really hard. There we go.
or his
like-
cousin.
She's going all like,
Is this like Alabama?
damn it.
Alabama, man.
You're right. My bad. See, this is why you're here, is to tell me that.
We should probably have a monitor on. I thought about.
Well, there is one in OBS. We just need to overlay it on this screen. We actually did that once a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think we just lost the setup because we changed our
Man, the
screen and stuff.
clarity of that close-up cam. So is that like sarcastic, or is it
It
actually?
does have a minimum distance, but it tries. It's one of our old phones. Oops. In fact, Ellen knows about that phone.
No, it's detailed as F.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad that's worked out. We had some other things set up as a close-up cam before, but
Yeah, but I mean, we
This
have
works a little bit better.
right. I mean, the fact that we just have these phones, because I have the wing, and I'm not using it. I'm not using it, so I might even just trade these up if they would be any better. But
yeah.
all right, so here we go. We have the Archer lady. So I don't know if that's like his wife or daughter or just a female
It's probably up to you.
Archer lady. But she's got a little bow. She's got
Right.
the quiver on the back.
Logan, the other part of creating the Lego set is making the story in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind.
I forgot that this set has the screws, and of course, like they did not really label which ones are what. So
Oh,
there's only like I think 2 varieties, but yeah.
no. Is it somewhere in the translation or?
No. Well,
Trying to,
no.
like-
In the instructions, they're labeled. The actual screws are not labeled, so I have to like know that. Like, I'm pretty sure these are the correct ones for this step.
Is it like the length of the thread?
It's the length and the yeah. So I'm pretty sure those are right because that's roughly 2.6 millimeters. But
All right, so you are correct. This is a well.
Okay, I thought so. It looked kind of well-ish. Oh. Didn't need that plant.
I popped off the plant and I don't know where it went. So I am gonna say that it goes there.
It was a weed.
I thought you were going to be like, I am going to say that it's lost forever.
All right, so we have the ring, and then we have some other pieces over
These
here.
are not the
Is it the
correct
One Ring?
screws. Those are way too small. Okay.
Oh, here we go. I was like,
I
why
think
is
they're
it
about
not
the
the ring?
right length.
Well, all right. Well, whatever. What's everyone been playing?
Playing. Well, I guess the thing that's actually gotten most of my time recently is Ghostwire.
Which you've been liking, right?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I mean, you know, I think there are some valid criticisms of it, but overall, I am having fun with it. I look forward to getting back to it. Like, I want to get back to finishing it or getting further with it, so
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I would love to see them expand upon it more in the future.
I'd be curious if they just go back to Tokyo or some other city.
Yeah. Well, even like what I think they could do that would just really help Ghostwire as an overall package is if they did a DLC expansion type thing that added some more content and added maybe a bit of an update to the base game / like some stuff that gets introduced in the new content to expand on like some of the combat and things just a little bit more. Little bit more diversity in some of the enemy encounters. I mean, for me, it has not really been an issue. However, I know a lot of that is like people getting into the later game. There's just not as much, and I'm still kind of scaling up. So maybe my impressions will change as I get further, but I know that was the main complaint a lot of people had is that like it's fun, you just kind of end up doing similar things toward the latter chunk of the game.
Yeah.
So like if they added a little bit more variety to it and added some content, that could push it, I think, to that next tier of like
Jumping to the limit.
being a stronger recommendation for people, but I'm still having fun with it. I know I barely started Kirby, but Logan has gotten very deep into Kirby,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
as we all know.
If you watch his Twitch, which is
Yep. So what? What the hell was that?
No, it's fine.
I'm trying to set you up. What's
Right.
your
It's
Twitch?
called I'm trying to self-promote, but Shane doesn't want me to.
No, I'm joking.
So for those of you who don't see me enough, I stream in the mornings on Saturday and Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, or wow, Central.
Eastern. Wow.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I've got the bags under my eyes to prove it.
And what is it? And so for this month, I'll primarily be playing the new Kirby game because I started playing it last weekend and I got 20% done. And so if it's going to be like 20% for a weekend, then it should take me five weekends to do it. So that should take me to the end of this month. But I've been thoroughly enjoying it. But yep, you can find me Khadgart, Khadgart. You can give me a follow and watch me play some Kirby.
And other
We did
games.
some, yeah. Well, I mean, I do other games, but I usually try to stick with one and like do it all the way through so that my viewers can watch it from beginning to end. But we do some one-offs. I did one Elden Ring one, which I'm not going to do again. Sea of Thieves
tried.
one I might do again because that was fun.
Yep. Did you end up
Pokemon.
posting that clip?
No, I still need to.
Oh my god, Logan. Post the clip, damn it. That was a good moment.
I like with the dual view.
Yeah, I've synced up the clips.
I bet that was a pain.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, look.
I think you've shown me that, and that is a butt, right?
No, it is actually the breast.
Oh, got it.
Yep.
Okay, so this. Oh, I get it. Okay, for some reason, it's like it's whoops, God,
Don't break it.
it's like the roof piece.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they don't have it on this angle.
Huh.
Because I'm assuming when you're looking at it from this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't notice this. But I'm not going to lie, my split part of me was like, is that a solar panel? And I'm like, what? They don't have solar panels.
Sure they do. Magic. So yeah, I played a bit of Elden Ring and then kind of given up on that for now. It's fun and all, but yeah. It's a lot of game.
Yeah.
And then
I guess I have been playing Elden Ring too.
Yep.
But
I kind of went back to Assassin's Creed, and I still just like how it does certain things better, personally. Like, there's so much story in the world, and just some of the mechanics feel better to me, even if they are kind of simple.
Can't tell if that's. Yeah, okay. I hate the different shades that they use because the print color
Mm-hmm.
sometimes is not the same
Yeah.
shade as this.
You think that'd be easy to match, but
Whatever.
my only guess is if they make it like that color because of like colorblind or something.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, what is it? I did stream 2 episodes of Triangle Strategy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a fun game. The biggest issue that I've had as far as the stream is concerned is that there's a lot of talking, like a lot of talking. And so it's one of those, like, I really want to play it, but to stream it, I'm not really doing anything other than sitting there and watching it. So I figured that's just not very fun for y'all. So, like, I moved on to just play it myself. But it's been good. So I played a little of it this past week, but I need to play some more. I hopped back onto Final Fantasy 14 for a day, and that was fun. Makes me miss it.
Still think it's funny your guildmaster was like, "Wait, you're here?"
Yeah. Like, wow, it's been like 2 months, and I'm like, I know, shut up.
How dare you cheat on that game with another game?
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been because I beat Endwalker, and then I spent so much time getting my stream ready that I kind of got so focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's pretty much where I want it to be, I am good to do that thing. Damn it. Just jam it in there. All right.
hey, I get to use the springs for this next part.
Ooh,
So, Sean,
so
so we went and saw Jim Gaffigan last night.
yeah, it was
So it was funny. It was
So-
odd because it was really short
Huh.
for being, but
like
maybe
half an hour,
it was only an hour.
yeah, sure.
But and maybe if we saw him at like a country club or not country club, a comedy club,
Yeah,
that would
Country
have.
club.
I know. My bad.
No, that would.
Dinner
I'm
theater.
just picturing Jim Gaffigan doing stand up at a country club.
The what is it? So Ellen and I and like other people that were there kind of felt that it just like abruptly ended because he
weird.
was like, he said this joke about cell phones and then he's like, well, you've all been great, have a good night,
Bye.
bye, and then he walked off, and then like the lights came back on, and then people behind the stage were already tearing shit down.
Wow,
I'm like, it's like
they're ready.
it's like they were getting ready for another event. They're like, all right, we got to stop this because we have a kid's graduation in an hour.
Yep.
So, other than that, I mean, it was still a really good show, and it was funny and all that. So, this is a very odd, like, internals of a tree.
So yeah, I guess other industry news. E3 has officially been canceled this year,
Right.
but Summer Game Fest will still happen.
Yep.
So I'm kind of curious how that'll go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was the other thing that when you brought that up on my stream that I brought up to Shane, I was like, well, I mean, I know that we could still try to do the indie. I could still try to have us put a thing in for the indie one.
Yeah.
So if
I
that,
mean, even just Summer Games Fest in general too.
Yeah, they have.
They have a way. I think the problem is the last time we looked, we missed the time span they were accepting.
okay. Well, I
info.
guess since he just posted it, maybe I should look into that.
Probably because I remember the last couple times we looked, it was a lot earlier than we would have expected that they start pulling that together. Springs, ew. Do I seriously have to compress this all the way down? Oh my god. Okay. Well, this will be interesting. Wow.
Wow. I do think there should hopefully be some good stuff this summer, though, because there's so many games that we know are coming but have no date. So, bare minimum, we need to just see more of what's going to be available.
See more butts.
See more bites.
I think, yeah, and the thing I was really looking forward to doesn't look like it's doing too well, which is Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, didn't Zelda also get delayed?
Yes,
They push it to spring.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again, shocker. Like, I think they need to just stop with the Zelda series, like, entertaining the idea that they're going to turn these titles around quickly. Even when
It makes me wonder.
they have the engine and everything. Because
Yeah.
this should have been
Should've.
a quicker flip for them.
I really want to know what's going on. Is it just bad management, or are they just
Well,
dabbling
they've
with
done
stuff?
this for decades.
I know.
Like all the time. They just keep. I think the problem is they just continue to let their ideas. You know, they explore and
Sure.
they let their ideas grow, and it keeps getting to a point where it's like, well, we're at a point where we've kind of locked in the specs for the new system, so let's see what we can do on that. So they start working on support for the new system, but retaining the previous system from technically being able to run it.
Yep.
And then they extend it by multiple years, and then that's the launch title for the next hardware.
And
but
the
they'll
old one
poop it out
runs
for the
bad.
old one.
Yeah.
And they've done that like for several console generations now, which it's like, then just stop announcing these that far in advance and stop humoring the idea and pushing the date out all the time, because they've done it so much. It's just like, I don't know.
It's just, I've noticed this trend with some of these Japanese companies where like they can't seem to plan very well, and then things keep getting pushed out. I don't know. It'll be fine eventually. It just, I think at this point they're probably waiting on the Switch Pro if that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm assuming. I'm like, it's going to just be, hey, guess what? It's coming out on this next console that we're announcing.
Yep.
Let's see. Other news. Sony announced their streaming service, or their updated, like, Plus subscriptions plans.
Yep.
I might get, like, the first month just to see. Like, because I'm curious. I guess I don't even need to get it to see, but I'm just more curious what their classic titles are going to be.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Because I still don't know if I care to spend $120 a year for that.
I probably wouldn't anyways, but yeah, I think if they had more of a selection and maybe had, where you didn't have to stream certain games, I'd be more interested.
For me, like I said, I'd rather them just add support, at least for the people that have the physical media. Just put the emulator on there as a free app.
Or a one-time purchase, I'd be fine with
Oh,
that.
sure. Or as a one-time purchase to help support the development cost, sure. But like, don't just require it to be a subscription paywall to be able
And-
to run legacy
And the highest
games.
tier of
And
the paywall.
repurchasing them. Yeah, and the highest tier. It's just
It's weird. And even they kind of admit, like, I feel like they didn't want to go like the full Xbox route of having first party games available day one. I get it, but also to like pretend that isn't a thing. I don't
well,
know.
no,
That's weird.
they like I said, they're taking the stance that they don't think that that's a sustainable model.
Sure.
And I mean, we've talked about this, but there are some aspects of that I actually kind of do agree with.
Yeah.
Like
Because Microsoft's just throwing money away to get numbers, basically.
at the moment,
Yeah.
yes. At some point, Game Pass is going to have to sustain itself.
Yeah.
And I'm just concerned that the back end model that they've set up is going to cause the quality of the content on that service to decline and probably not be as lucrative an offer for people to versus like traditional sales.
Yeah.
I think it has a place in addition to those, but I think this direction that, and not just Microsoft, but just the industry's trying to move,
Yeah.
like pushing the service-based approach. A lot of the community doesn't care for that. I think, it can be good, but as a content creator, I want that to be, obviously as supportive as possible to our ability to make things too. So
Because I think a lot of people don't realize that a lot of it's kind of like a Spotify model. where
yes,
You really mostly get paid based on the
Right.
the amount of time
Engagement.
people play.
it's
Yeah.
all engagement. And so that's the concern is like right now, sure, it's a great service because Microsoft has their studios that they're willing to put their big titles on their day and date. And they're throwing money at these non-first party studios to come bring their titles on the platform. So of course, just the payout for Microsoft is great for them. But when you get into the weeds of like if they were to just get revenue from engagement,
Yeah.
it's not as good compared to like a traditional sales model.
Well, it's tricky too, because like it's that whole argument of like, sure, it's like a demo and it's good for the customer. But
Right.
then if that person never buys the game,
Right.
you're never gonna get the
Yeah.
equivalent
And
revenue.
so like you're going to get, I think, cases where like it's not as well sustainable for smaller studios that need
Or-
better initial revenue to survive.
Or it gets them to make
Or
predative practice.
it gets them to
yeah.
design games around monetization,
Yeah.
which is what's
Or-
really hurt
or
the
to
mobile.
keep you there for like BS reasons.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Watch this meter
Yep.
for longer so we can keep
Yeah.
you engaged.
It's all designing games around monetization, which I'm also not a supporter of. So I do worry that like when and if Microsoft gets to the point where they're expecting their model on the back end for Game Pass to hold itself up, there's going to be an interesting impact
Yeah.
when that comes to pass.
Well, and customers might be upset too. Like, if
Yeah.
certain games have to go away, or yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. I think the main way they also manage it, beyond just like buying studios, is that they do the games they offer do go away eventually.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why I think it can be good supplemental to other approaches.
Yeah.
But it is tricky, like as an indie, like, yeah, if you make a game that, maybe that game only lasts like 6 hours and it's kind of a single player narrative that most people will enjoy, but not necessarily play again or whatever. That may be the only opportunity you have to get players to engage with it. And like the payout you're going to get versus, them spending 6 hours on Game Pass versus maybe like a flat $5-10 purchase or whatever is wildly different.
Yeah.
So like you might be undercutting yourself by exclusively like going with that model or even
Yeah.
just offering that initially.
The hope you get is in sheer numbers.
Yeah.
If you can get enough people to play it over enough time, you do make more, but it's tricky.
Yeah.
It's all risk reward.
Yep.
But interesting. Okay, well, I've made these little, I don't know what I would call them. They're kind of like joints that are on a spring thing so they can kind of expand. I think these are for, they're for the feet. Okay.
Ah, yeah.
I'm putting a little tree together.
But
No, it has a target on this side. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I'll show this once it's done. But
I do feel like one thing with the cameras, we almost need like a soft light there. You can turn on the camera's light. But
Yeah.
it's too harsh,
yeah.
especially for a close up.
Okay, so
Maybe I can jimmy rig something.
Jimmy.
no, Sean, we need you to jerry rig something.
You don't like Jimmy? You like Jerry more?
Okay, so like these two shades of green are really hard to see on this paper.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like it's okay. It's easier to see when they're next to each other on the paper,
Mhm.
but if this thing has this color and this thing has that color,
Mhm.
it's really hard to tell between the two. Excuse me.
Q14.
Problem with these girls is there's a lot of small parts too.
Oh, it is ×2. Okay. And but we also, let's see, we started playing Wonderlands last weekend, and yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands,
Not
and
Wonderland.
the and there was a lot of server issues last week,
Yep.
but
It's
it
funny
sounds
because
like
it was once we got connected, it was fine until it just died.
Random.
And it's funny, it died right when we got to like the overworld map for the first time.
Basically. Yeah.
Like
I don't know
it's
if it was
kinda-
a timing thing or
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny that it like didn't crap out before that.
I like that it has crossplay, but the way they
Yeah.
handle some of that's a little weird. Like, I know it was their servers being down, but like once it was down, I didn't have an option to reconnect. I had to like back out of the game and come back in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll patch that. The beginning bit was fun.
yeah. Well, we'll be playing it again tonight,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That was the plan.
Yeah, I could stream it, but like,
Assuming the servers cooperate, I guess.
well, so Chase has said that he hasn't had any problems since Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should clear out.
So,
I know they've been looking at it because
Right.
they're aware they've been having a lot of problems.
right, I need to look. I got a news thing of like, hey, here's new rounds of Swift key codes, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
need to
haven't
get
put
those.
any of those in yet either.
I put in like the 2 that we got at the beginning. I
But-
mean, it's one of those things where like it adds up over time, but it's still randomized. So it just gives you a roll to get stuff.
Oh, sure. I did see some article about like there's a weird balancing thing happening where some of the weapons that are getting generated just aren't usable.
Interesting.
Like I think later in the game or something, like it gets to a point where like there's cases where it's generating stats and stuff that like players just can't use.
Interesting. Like physically,
Right.
stat wise.
Right. Like I think it either requires you to have certain stats or like they're just not generated with the right stats. I don't know. But
Yeah, there could be. I definitely had issues in the previous games where like after a while, like I have a good weapon and everything I find is just not worth it.
yeah.
And then your inventory fills up and it's like, well, I'm just gonna skim it and leave it.
Yeah.
Great. So this is like, hey, did you like this? Yeah. Okay. You need to do 4 of these.
Yep. Have fun.
So now I need to go back to the beginning. Now that I know, it would have been nice if they just said, hey, you're going to be making 4 of these
Yeah.
in the beginning.
I just think it's the Z.
But let's see. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to check. I doubt it's changed, but um they changed the Reddit logo to be like super pixely, so it kind of looks like crap.
I wonder if that's because of the spaces thing.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was an April Fool's thing too, but
Well, so they did this thing which I did in previous years called like Reddit Spaces, and basically it's an entire page where like you can fill out a pixel.
Yeah.
oh,
So
then-
people have like
Like
made all these
that's-
pixel drawings.
I know I think
Yeah, That's
I think
probably
the
that.
Steam Deck group actually
Yeah.
got in there.
HoloLive, the
Yeah.
VTuber thing I watched, they have like a big one on there. Linus, it was funny. Some people did the lttstore.com, and you could see it live as he was on the stream last night of like people kept fighting between making it .com or .cum.
Mm-hmm.
And just the top of the O kept disappearing and reappearing.
Hey, good news. They added another time for Sonic. So 6:30. That's something we can do, right?
6:30 seems more
On-
reasonable.
Thursday.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna get ours now then,
What the heck?
because those seats are getting taken.
They're going fast.
All right, we are going to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2
On
this Thursday.
That's why it was like, hey, make sure it's facing this direction.
I'm a little sad to hear
Jim Carrey's
Jim
retiring.
Carrey. Yeah.
I mean, like all things.
it makes sense.
Well, and like all things, I'm sure it's like if the right thing came his
Maybe.
way, he would do something. I think he even said that in
Yeah.
his interview.
because he hadn't done anything for years.
Yeah,
and
he
he'd
took
kind of been burned out.
He sort of retired
Yeah.
once before this that I can remember. So
I'm surprised they got him for this, but he's been really good as
Robotnik.
Robotnik,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. He's really good. That's why I'm more like, could you please just at least agree to continue to do Robotnik until they're done with this.
Which makes
film
me wonder if
series.
he's retiring. Is like Robotnik gonna go away again, or
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I mean,
maybe they'll like CG him or something.
well, didn't they say something about like they're gonna have a series?
They're doing a series with Knuckles,
Yeah,
and
I'm
and that
wondering.
dude's gonna voice it.
Yeah, Idris Elba. So I'm wondering if they're gonna put a little more focus on that for
Maybe.
a while.
I still think it's funny him being Knuckles, but it works.
Oh yeah.
He has a good voice. I also think it's funny because, like, in some of his interviews, he's like, "I'm getting to be an old man." Like, it's one of those cases where he got famous when he's older. It's happened before. Speaking
Yeah,
of
I'm
getting older, it's also sad to hear about Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to find some good new actors. I feel like there's a few, but not as many as there needs to be to replace all these retiring actors.
Well, I think part of the challenge too is just that Hollywood doesn't want to take risks on a lot of stuff
No.
anymore. So, like when they're casting people, they're looking more for people that can play a known part
Yep.
as part of like an established thing more than, trying to really do some new creative thing.
Yep.
I mean, there's still some instances of that, but it's definitely the exception nowadays.
Sorry, it's 7,000 grit. It just feels like paper.
But yeah, I mean, Sonic 2 should be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have plans on Thursday, Shane?
I do. We're going to see Sonic 2.
Damn right you do. And
Damn
guess where
right.
we can go for dinner?
Torchies.
Torchies.
Yeah.
Get the
And
Tokyo
get the
Drifter.
Tokyo Drifter.
It's funny when you said that. I'm like, what's the Tokyo Drifter again? It's like I know that name.
Oh my gosh, Sean. Can you not
I
remember
got it the one time.
the delicious?
Well, no, maybe twice. That one was good though.
Yeah, it was. It's pork. It's slow. It's teriyaki. No, I don't think it's teriyaki, but it's some.
It's amazing. Whatever.
It's like pork butt, but it's some type of like Asian style. I don't. If it's teriyaki, it's odd teriyaki.
That was teriyaki.
But I think they say it's teriyaki. But it also has what is it? It has the it has that like slaw on it. I know that you
Yeah.
guys weren't super big.
Well, I
into
think
that.
I had
It
them
works.
hold.
And then
that,
some type of like
I tried it.
spicy sauce. But like, yeah, it's like the ones that they made yesterday were like really full. I was like, oh wow, this thing's full. So it's like delicious.
Nice. Yeah, some of their stuff is good, but it can be hard to eat.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think
What do we tell you about thinking?
Yeah. Come on, Logan. We've been through this.
Hebede. Well, anyways. So I have this, damn it. Top, blah. You guys gonna go see Morbius?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Not
man.
heard good things about it.
Somebody posted a picture of like Jared Leto as a DC character.
Yeah,
Bad.
yeah.
Jared Leto as a Marvel character. Bad.
I've seen that.
The sad thing is, like, he's not a bad actor.
I feel
think
like he
they,
tries too hard in some of his stuff. But
I
other
think
than
they
that,
just keep putting him on projects that aren't managed well.
that too.
Like
That was
the
also
first
delayed for so
Suicide
long.
Squad, they completely butchered by the studio.
Yeah.
This Morbius one, supposedly heavily messed with, which is nuts considering that, like, it's been essentially sat on for like 2 or 3 years or whatever at this
Yep.
point.
Well, they had Doctor Who.
Yeah.
One of them.
Well, I heard he's pretty good in the movie.
Oh yeah. he is.
Doctor Who or Doctor
The
Strange?
Matt Smith, who played Doctor Who,
Oh.
but he's actually the bad guy in Morbius.
Which they even gave that away in the trailers. I didn't
oh yeah,
know that at
no,
first.
they spoiled the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, like the director straight up did interviews before the movie came out where he's just straight up spoiling the film
Great.
because they, I think, just were kind of like, screw it, let's, anybody that's moderately interested in what they're hearing, let's get them to come see the movie.
Yes. Unless you ruin
There
their
you go,
interests.
little articulated joints there.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I try to show this on stream, but it's going to be kind of hard since it's dark. But yeah, there's like a little piston-y system. Yeah, it won't quite expand. But
Oh yeah, these sticks are awesome. I just buffed that little bit right out.
Mm.
It works really good. It was great too because this whole pack was fairly cheap.
two.
All right.
Here we go.
Damn it! Nope. Okay, that's a set. Then we have another set. But yeah, like even just what we did, we looked at games coming out for the rest of the year,
Oh yeah. It's,
and I'm like, I mean, obviously they're gonna announce stuff for like holiday,
yeah.
but between now and holiday, like November or October maybe, like the only game I care about next is the Star Wars Lego game,
Yeah,
which is this month actually. I think
yeah,
it's- I
it
think
is.
it's next week or the week after. Other than that, I think
There's stuff we know about, but almost nothing has a date.
right, and there's a lot. Yeah,
I mean, the only other major like title I know of that's coming this year is Forspoken, which, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but there was a new like uncut gameplay
Mm-hmm.
footage that they released the other day.
They've been teasing little bits here and there.
yeah.
I've seen a couple of them.
They showed off some more just raw gameplay footage the other day,
Yeah.
so I'd been meaning to check that out. I haven't.
Their Twitter occasionally has been posting like. Short
I'm
clips.
hoping that
Yeah.
they just make sure that they're trying to do better with this than
Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's a
Well,
different studio.
Yeah, I
but
think that's a big thing. Honestly, sadly, Platinum's not been making their best work recently. And I don't know if that's just mismanagement from outside or inside, but
Well, Square at large has been really screwing the pooch in their interference and service-based MTX focus that they've been pushing in nearly everything lately.
I do also know that like Platinum's been like over scheduling. Like they're working on so many games all at once and so many teams.
Yeah.
When they used to have like one or
spreading
two.
themselves a little thin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told Sean the other, or was it last night, this morning? I can't remember. But Logan, did you ever play Lost Kingdoms on GameCube
no.
or see it? Okay.
Mm,
It's a pretty interesting game that has, like, it only exists on the GameCube right now. And I forgot this, but it's actually an earlier From Software game.
We've had a lot
Series.
of things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember it back in the day because my cousin had it and we played the crap out of that. But I finally went ahead and ordered those two games. There's 1 and 2 for GameCube.
Mhm.
And then another one that I went ahead and ordered because I forgot about, but it popped up in the recommendations when I was doing that. I'm like, oh yeah, is Geist.
Huh.
Did you ever see Geist?
mm-mm.
Oh my
Sounds familiar.
gosh. Geist is really cool. I haven't played Geist, but I've seen quite a bit on it.
Is that like
You're literally playing a ghost
Yeah.
that's like haunting people, if I remember correctly.
Ah.
But the way they do it is pretty cool.
Do you have what's that famous one where they mess with the player?
I mean,
Uh
there's a couple of those.
the one that's Cthulhu and like you go insane.
What system?
GameCube.
GameCube.
It's like one of the only ones that I really wanted, and I bought a copy of it at one point. Maybe I gave that copy to you.
I don't think so, because that's not ringing a bell to me.
It's one of the
Eternal
famous-
Darkness.
Yeah. Eternal
Oh,
Darkness.
yeah. I mean, I don't have that.
It's really cool the way they like mess with
I
it.
do remember that
Yeah.
game, but I haven't played it.
Because you go insane, so like you
Mhm.
start hallucinating. and
Hmm.
It'll have things like your volume going down,
Yeah.
and, like, your head shrinking and disappearing,
Yeah.
all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, I remember Eternal Darkness. I just never like played it.
Yeah.
But
I
that
played,
would
like,
be a
the
good one to
beginning of
get
the
though,
game.
for
Yeah.
sure.
It's pretty
Should put
fun.
that on my short list.
I like games like that mess with the player. One thing I've always respected with Metal Gear as well.
Right. Because they tend to do that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear would like to play Metal Gear Solid or Castlevania.
Okay, there's no way that I had this many extra pieces.
Well, they do give you extras, you know.
Right, but this is like a lot of extra pieces.
Maybe they think you need them, Logan.
Did you make all 4 or whatever?
Oh, wait. Oh, okay, this must go there. Okay. So, this goes...
Weird. Logan's asking for money.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, everybody throw money at Logan. Just kind of shove it through your screen and
Mm-hmm.
pull it out this end.
Yeah, we can't. We don't have donations or anything yet. Sadly, we got to work on that. Yeah, there was a couple other things I wanted to talk about.
All right, there we go. Okay, so we have some trees. Cool. All right, I'm going to backtrack because, yeah, I should not have this many. let's see, the game would intimidate the TV volume bar going down or
Yeah.
a bug crawling around your
Right.
screen.
Yeah.
all
I remember
kinds of
that.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, plus it's an interesting like setup for a story because like she's going around this creepy manor of her uncle or something, and she's trying to figure out like what was going on with him and like their history, and she keeps getting like pulled into these like stories which are from the past. So you keep playing these different characters from different time periods, but some of them, like, it's not a big spoiler, they straight up die. So it's like, well, that's your only little bit with him and you'll never see him again. It's like, okay. But sometimes it still advances the story a little bit. Oh, wait. I forgot what I was doing. So they have like a picture of these parts, but they're not telling me where it comes from. So I'm just gonna have to translate.
That's there. That's there.
Painted parts. Which painted parts is this?
Huh. Yeah. It's these are just extra pieces.
He says that now. Mark it on the records.
Mhm.
Clip this spot, and then like 30
totally
minutes
didn't
from
need
now,
these
where he's
pieces.
like, "Oh, damn it, that weren't extra." Then we can just recall this moment.
Remember.
All right. We will go on another. Now that I've added the tree part, we'll go on another trip. So, do you want to switch it?
Yeah, hold on. I'm pulling up the close-up camera.
Okay. So we have the archer. So you can put her on two different heads. One is like her as a regular face, and then
Grr.
her is like
Winking.
I'm gonna close one eye to try to shoot the target.
Oh, that's what that is. Because there's a very aggressive wink.
It is. We let's see. There is the well, which again I thought this was a solar panel, because I don't know why that's blue and those are black. But anyways, this side is empty. But I'm assuming it's because when this is set up, you're gonna look at it from like this way, and you're not gonna see that. Then we have a bunch of like this huge tree part that wasn't there before. On the back of the tree, we have a target. So like that's where the archer can like, work on her archery stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In the tree right here, it's kind of hidden. There's a little frog right there.
Oh.
He's
Ribbit.
just there we go. He's right there. Yeah.
Ribbit.
Ribbit. I'm ribbited for your pleasure. All right. I'll put this back. I don't want to update Bigsby. Oh,
You sure?
Jeez,
But
Bigsby.
is so helpful. They could be listening to us right now and recommending things. I'm glad people are moving away from like everybody having their own AI assistant. Most of them just were not that good.
Whatever gets the investors
Yeah,
interested.
investing.
basically.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay. So it's interesting they're not labeling what part this is on the sheet. They're just calling them painted parts.
Is there not a separate sheet of parts that are specifically painted?
I don't think so. Like these parts are like highlighted in a dark gray for some
Mhm.
reason. But I don't know. I'd have to translate the whole page to see what that means. But yeah, see like these it just translates to painted parts. You just have to know that it's like this part is the back part.
Yeah, that's weird.
Never seen that.
Unless you're meant to like do a preliminary step of detaching those and painting them before doing the assembly.
Maybe.
For that.
But again, like all the pictures of her, like that part is white because it's like
Yeah.
part of her butt outfit, butt program.
I mean, there's detail on there. That
You said, but
She has an optional, like belly cover. Interesting.
all right. With these extra pieces, I'm going to make a little alteration to the.
to the deal.
Yes.
Pray we don't.
Pray I don't change it again.
Well, I guess I'll just use the butt for now.
This is also the part where Sean's gonna do that, and then like 30 minutes from now, go like, oh, crap.
It would be their own fault for
Yes.
not labeling it.
But still, I've had those moments for sure.
What's a jar preserve?
Right.
Okay, maybe this alteration's not gonna work. Wait a minute. Actually, no, I have an idea.
Mr. Krabs.
That worked.
Idea.
There we go. Sweet. So it gave me enough to basically build another little tiny tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did that. And
Nice.
then with these,
You're customizing.
I'll just put these off to the side. Because I could maybe use those later. All right. Now to the next level. So this level is done.
Yay.
So I will leave this over here.
There's much rejoicing.
All right. I'm going to turn this off again. Hopefully I will remember to turn it back on.
If you
But-
don't, somebody will remind you.
But somebody has been very good at reminding me to turn it back on. Ten, 9, 8, 14,
Yeah.
11,
Research.
6. Oh no!
Did you forget a bag that you need?
Yep.
Well,
About that.
la dee da.
There is a piece that, unless it's in here, but I don't think so.
Did you take them out at home? I guess you've been building already.
Right. But there's, yep.
Why'd you leave it at home?
But it's, so one bag had just the, like, big bases. So, like this piece.
Yep. It's gonna be hard to build without that.
Yeah, so I can't build this with it. So, well, that was quick. We're done now.
Yep. Logan secretly did that on purpose.
Okay, well, yes, I did secretly do that on purpose so that I could piss you off by building a Lego set and then not build a Lego
And then
set.
not build a Lego set.
So I am, so I've had the mic off, but I'm assuming you could still hear me from them.
Mostly.
But I'm done because I forgot in the instructions, it's hard to see, this square piece is the foundation for the next level, and I forgot. I thought I put that in the box. I don't know why the hell I didn't do that, but
You have disappointed us.
it's yep. So we are done with that. So now I have to go figure out what to build. So I will be right back.
Blacksmith doesn't get a second level.
Do you want to like pause
No,
to
you're
sort
good.
that?
Then I'll get to figure
Ah, no.
I might do the PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that would be a good one.
The only thing
Thing.
is
Thing.
I think all of my snipper crap is at home too with Ellen.
Do you need a different snipper? We brought all the boxes over here.
Oh.
All the snips.
This PlayStation 1 is mine.
Mine's still at home. And Shane has a Sega.
Yep, I've got that already on my little game stand at home, next to my Genesis games.
You should get a PlayStation as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
They don't
They
cost
have
too much
other
if they're
ones?
still on sale. Not
They-
yet.
I think they're planning more.
Yeah, I want to see what else they'll offer because I might get like a Super Famicom or something. Kind of fun. I think a mini PS2 would also be good.
Oh yeah.
It'd have to be the slim though.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe they could do the disc and just
They could
have
do
the
the-
disc like tray open.
Yeah.
Alright. So I can be done with this.
I need to actually hook up my PS2 to my scaler. And so that was another reason I decided to go ahead and grab a couple of those GameCube games I've had on my short list, because my component cables for GameCube shipped out. This is like, so GameCube's kind of funky in that, like,
So hold on for one
Okay,
second.
yeah.
So I'm gonna build my mini PlayStation like Gundam type build. So there we go. I'm back in theme with you guys, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And because again, I'm done with my Lego set and I can't continue with it. So we're gonna do this PlayStation one that I got for Christmas. All right.
Yep.
Now you can.
well, yeah, no, I was just going to say GameCube was kind of funky in that there's a separate digital video out port off the system, but it doesn't actually have the digital video hardware in the console. The cable itself has a chip in the cable connector that's responsible for doing like the digital conversion. And so the problem is, yeah, you can't just use a regular old cable to get digital video off of it. On top of that, the official Nintendo cables that they produced for it back in the day that had their proprietary chip to drive that signal embedded barely sold at all at the time. So they're super rare and super expensive.
That sucks.
So, like, if you want to get good, clean video off of a GameCube, you either have to do an internal hardware mod or pay a bunch of money for the official cables, or there have been some third parties that have made adapters for that. There's some that convert it directly to HDMI, which is okay, but I actually want the raw original video as it would have come off the normal cable to let my scaler do all that work.
Right.
And so those don't really work for me. There was at least one or two other companies that made some aftermarket cables that were very comparable to the official Nintendo ones, but they only produce so many units, and then they no longer make them, and everybody in the retro gaming community is sitting on theirs. Like, they're not reselling them.
Sean.
So finally, one of the other companies that has been making a lot of like retro game accessories is finally producing a new like version of that cable for I think about 50, 60 bucks, something like that. I pre-ordered it last fall and it was due to ship this month, and I actually got the notification that it shipped like yesterday, like right on time. So yeah, I need to get my PS2 wired up with that component cable set, get my GameCube switched over to that, and those will kind of be good to go. And then I think the only things I really have outstanding with my retro gaming setup is like I do want to do a mod to my NES to do the RGB mod to get cleaner video off of that. My N64, I need to do a mod to get the cleaner video off of that. And then the board I have for my Super Nintendo, technically still has a little bit of signal noise.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to, I guess, get another main board with the all-in-one chip to get like a clean signal off of that. So we'll see. I mean, I have plenty of time, but
One other thing we're getting soon is those zombie
yeah,
things. I think that's coming Monday.
nice. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've got other Kickstarters. Like I mentioned, Bardsung just came in. I got the last of my order earlier today, but I got a couple others that are shipping soon.
Yeah.
That little 3D pocket cam that I back
yeah.
should be shipping once they're able. There's a few other board games that are getting ready to ship out, and I know more this fall as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Bard Song is interesting. It's like a D&D.
So did you guys play it?
no.
He had was unboxing it yesterday while we're eating. So it's a lot like Gloomhaven, just a different setting.
Gotcha.
So you can play up to 5 characters, and you don't really have a GM, I guess. Just
Right.
everybody
I'm
can play.
pretty sure it doesn't require a GM, so we all can actually play.
Yeah.
And the enemies do their thing.
There's like all these tiles for like the dungeon and whatnot.
Yeah, so it's made by Steamforge, the same folks that have been doing a lot of the Capcom licensed games like Resident Evil and Horizon and Monster Hunter and all that. They have their own like properties like Guild Ball and God
Oh,
Tier
yeah.
and stuff like that. Right, I have Guild Ball as well, which we haven't played either.
Yep.
That'd be a fun one to do sometime. Yeah, so this is a new IP that they did that's kind of a dungeon crawler board game version, kind of like the more streamlined D&D board games that have like some of the RPG mechanics, but they're not quite as deep as the full-blown like tabletop RPG. So
Yeah.
it should be pretty fun. And yeah, the adventure book for it is pretty thick. So there's plenty of scenarios to play. But yeah, at some point we'll have to take that for a spin. The expansions for Euthia should be going on crowdfunding soon.
Mhm.
Pretty fun.
I'm happy I got these sticks.
The sticks.
They're a little bit easier to manage and
Got the sticks.
much finer than my other sandpaper.
Sticks.
B15. I guess the other, going back to movies real quick, we did go see Batman since we
Yeah.
last were here.
I saw it twice, Logan.
Oh, that's right.
So I took Allison to see it.
And she liked it.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it upon second viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still very enjoyable on a second rewatch.
Yes.
I really like the entire cast, but yeah, Pattinson does. I mean, everybody does great in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do continue. I can't imagine with how successful it's been that they're not
Yeah.
going to, but
Well, and the Penguin is gonna get his own thing.
yeah, he's getting his own like HBO series essentially.
I do think it's funny and kind of sad that like the only superhero DC seems to be able to pull off is Batman most of the time.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I am really curious to see what happens with the Flash movie. And I know
Sure.
you guys are not probably tracking that on your radar at
No.
all. But the reason it's going to be interesting is that they're going to use that for like a DC multiverse.
yeah,
kickoff.
yeah.
So Michael Keaton's coming back
That's
as
cool.
Batman in that. And supposedly there are some other maybe returning roles or cameo or tie-ins that are going to be really interesting in that. So, and I mean, I do kind of like Ezra Miller as Flash. Like, I know Justice League. I still need to. So, admittedly, I've not yet watched the Snyder Cut of Justice League,
Uh-huh.
and I do need to sometime because I've heard it's really good. I just haven't gotten around to it, but what I've seen of his Flash like portrayal has been really good. So
Does she have more than one butt?
maybe is one painted?
That's the thing is like, none of these are actually painted.
Yeah. I'm more joking.
Yeah.
I'm more just laughing at that question of like,
Yeah. Sometimes you need two butts, you know?
This is true. I mean, that's why we have Logan, right?
yes, because I've got two butts.
No, for the second butt. I
Oh.
am the first butt. You are the second butt, and together we are the no. We need a good like. It's like the Wonder Twins, Logan. Okay, we're the Wonder Twins, but
The
it's
power
with
of our
butts.
butts combined.
Right. When our butts
What?
join their powers,
Do you guys know what he's talking about? I don't know what he's talking about.
our
This
true
is
superpowers
weird.
come to light. But we need a good like superhero duo name for that. The Butt Bros? I don't know. Well, like that could be
They're
taken
not
the wrong
man
way.
and wife. They are butt buddies.
Buddies.
Uh,
Yeah, I think these are the wrong parts.
Okay, so I put that in right. It's just
Is it supposed to be?
it seems like something's missing.
Oh, damn it! Painted parts.
Yeah, like I said, I called it. It was
These
gonna
look
be
the
like
exact same.
it was gonna be like, oh, there's a version of them that are painted somewhere. Still,
Yeah,
again,
I'm not
why
used to
not
that.
give it a part number designation
in the
and put it
bag.
on the bag?
Yeah.
Like this is part P02 or whatever. Like,
Well, and it makes me wonder what this is used for, because these are clearly the same parts,
Right.
just not painted. So maybe you can paint them yourself, or
possibly. Oh, I see. Okay, this goes in that hole.
wrong hole. Wrong
Yeah.
hole. You guys have yes. I need to gently pull these apart.
B10.
I have to pull apart her crotch carefully.
Careful. Careful.
Okay. How odd. I guess it works.
I'm happy
right?
that Jess is able to stay as a student.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
was worried a
glad
little
that, yeah, I'm glad his visa situation worked out. Yeah, I guess we didn't touch on that, but Jas is in Tokyo. He's been there on a work visa for several years, and that expired. And obviously, with the pandemic, their situation with him staying is kind of funky. So
Yep.
he was able to kind of get approved to be there under an educational visa, and I think he said he was going to be taking some courses. I
Yeah.
forget.
Yep, in Japanese.
In Japanese.
Japanese,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. While he's there,
I'll
so
just have him translate whenever I go.
yeah. So yeah, sounds like he's set for a while.
hmm So the main part, this is funny. The main part that's painted is just her crotch area.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
Sure.
it's just white on the other
that's
piece.
funny. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. So that needs to go.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to be lucky to finish the foot and ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, so far I'm still just building the under, what is it, the framework or whatever, under the external shell.
Well, if you guys were wondering what a PlayStation board looks like, it
Kinda.
looks like that.
Kind of looks like that. You should paint it eventually. At least there you'd just be painting like black and silver, maybe some copper.
I still need to get the Xbox working again. You're reminding me. I
Ah.
did that capacitor replacement, and the board is working now.
Mm-hmm.
So I fixed the. I don't know if you remember that, Logan, but I did surgery on the Xbox that you gave me. I did a full-on like capacitor swap on the entire main board because it wouldn't power on anymore. And I guess that's a common issue. Like they use crappy capacitors, so
Yeah.
all original Xboxes really need that, or they will stop functioning at some point. Thankfully, it's a fairly straightforward repair, and you can even just get a kit that has all the exact capacitors you need.
Mhm.
So I did that and it worked, but the disk drive's been like having issues. I think it's been having issues for a little while now.
Right.
I think the laser's just going. So I need to order a replacement, but they're like $50-$60 or so
Yeah.
to get one of the better ones. So there's actually a couple different models, and some of them last a lot better than others. So to get one of the decent ones that won't hopefully need replacing,
Oh, wait,
or at least not for some time, will
8,
be a
Another
little bit. But
3.
retro things. I got to connect my PS2 eventually, or PS3 to
Mhm.
get that software update. The 2 or
Yeah.
3?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think-
3 and 4
Oh, yeah, 2
technically.
didn't have. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 3 that required online connection occasionally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't be able to play games on it.
Yep.
Because game preservation is not a priority.
Nope.
I feel like we need to do what Nintendo did when the market crashed. Like, I mean, we as Cercian Studios, we need to make the Cercian seal of quality.
Uh-huh.
And, like, titles that are sealed with that seal of quality have a commitment to, like, you know,
So many years.
well, like, yeah, providing, you know, ensuring that there's a way to have an offline version of that title that is playable and potentially like holdable on some form of physical
Yeah.
media.
Still,
You know, non like focus on NTX driven gameplay mechanics and
yeah.
like all that stuff, because I feel like there's just a subset of the core gaming market that really does care about those things, and
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, and I still kind of like what ID IdTech used to do, where they would,
Mm-hmm.
well, it was mainly Carmack that made them like open source their engine after so long,
Yeah.
and then you'd still have to get the assets for like Doom. But
Right.
Doom also had kind of a different model in general, with the free shareware, like, whatever
Yeah.
that was.
Okay. Yeah. These, I think this is like the heel / foot
Mm-hmm.
joint.
Looks like it.
Okay, what next? You guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have the foot and ankle in the next 4 steps. Which, by the way, I've only gotten through like 6.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm gonna have her
On board,
torso.
we
and
have the
maybe an arm.
plugins for the back of the console.
You know,
It's kind of hard to see. but-
it's the old design too, because you still have the parallel port,
Yep.
so you could like 3D print a game
Yep.
Genie or whatever.
I don't think my PS1
Mine did.
has that.
Because I had one.
But I know it does still have the link port that I want to say they may have removed in some of the final
I think they did.
versions of it.
Because the final one was like literally just video out. That was
Yeah.
about it. Do you have another set of like pliers or just?
There might be some in there. I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, I was like, there's another one in here.
Okay.
I don't really need it, but
Yeah.
I've thought
Yeah.
about getting like a PS1 just to have that form factor.
Like an old PS1.
The PS1.
Yeah,
Like
the tiny one.
ONE1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was kind of the same thing. I think my cousin got one of those, and I have had that. This is, I will say, still my original PlayStation I had from
Yeah.
back in the day. Like, granted, I got it late into the PlayStation lifespan.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think PS2 was probably out around the time I got mine, or about to come out.
I always forget when I
But-
got mine, but it was not at the beginning. It was like
Yeah.
a couple years in, but it was before they started shrinking them, and I still
Yeah.
have. the
Oh
port.
yeah, no, I didn't get mine until the PSX.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Which the PSX always pissed me off because there was another PSX,
yeah, the
But-
development,
Yeah.
like all-in-one type or
or was it?
self-development thing.
I thought it was the like built-in video player as well.
I
Well,
think
the little
so.
Like
mini,
Philips or
the
whatever?
little
Ah.
small
Yeah.
white one,
People call it a PSX.
and it had yeah.
which
you
that
could-
is not the PSX.
It's not the
That's the
PSX.
PS1.
Yeah,
people called it that. But no, the PSX was something different entirely. That was an all-in-one unit
Mm-hmm.
that you could develop on.
About.
Look it up, Logan.
Yep.
Let's go, bro. Look
Yep.
it up.
PSX was a separate thing, but it was like, yeah, a specialized, like, sold only in Japan thing.
Actually, I don't think it was just. Oh, wait. No, yes. Europe, I think, may have
Maybe,
gotten it
yeah.
as well. But yeah, you could develop on it, basically.
Wow. PSX is also Philips 66 stock.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
funny.
It's a digital video recorder. So it looked like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, the PlayStation, abbreviated as PS, commonly known as PS1, or its code name PSX.
Yes.
Right.
That was the code name. That's right.
Maybe that's why people. Because I will agree, Logan, that most people I know
Yeah.
would call it that, even though that wasn't really what it was. But I think it was just the code name being used by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had the little Sony TV attachment piece.
Because, yeah, this PSX was actually a PS2 inside of it. But it did other, like, media stuff. It was trying to be like a all-in-one
Mm-hmm.
type of thing.
So here's what's lame. So you remember how you had like game discs?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got nothing.
What? They
Other
couldn't
than
get
just-
licenses for any PlayStation games?
That sucks.
Lame.
Shane, so it comes with a disc, right? But the PlayStation, the physical,
They should have at least done like a demo disc. They probably could have got permission for that.
so there's nothing. It just says PlayStation. It has basically what the disc would have
Mhm.
minus the game picture. So it has the logo
I
where it
mean-
would be. It has the little thing at the bottom for Sony Entertainment, and it's just
The one thing I will say, Logan, is at least you don't have to pick between the one sticker that you're going to put on the
Okay.
disc because you only get one disc. But yes.
That's right. So if they do a PS2, they should have like a blue disc and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
a ribbon.
Okay. So
A11. Yeah, I couldn't get like metal, the thing with the clown and the killing, whatever I'm trying to say. Shane.
Twisted Metal.
There we go.
you got the metal part.
So I put the brain in the robot, Shane.
I know.
Oh, so since we're on other geeky topics, I've watched a couple anime this season. One of my favorites has been My Dress Up Darling, which has been getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, I've
It's really,
heard
really
quite a bit
good
of-
if you like love stories or cosplay. I'd be curious what Ellen thinks of it, because didn't she not normally like love story stuff? But it's like almost all about cosplay too. So, but yeah, it's really well done, and actually very close to the manga too. I started rereading the manga because I read it over a year ago. I'm like, yeah, this is almost scene for scene. They're just like cutting out a few little bits here and there that are specific to cosplay making, because the manga goes into details of like almost like how you sew these things together almost. So, it was kind of fun though, because I did see a special that they did in Japan where they had so in the story the guy makes costumes for the girl. So in real life they had the male voice actor make one of the main costumes for the female voice actor, and then she wore it on stage, so it was kind of fun. And like he had never really sewn before, or at least not anything that intense. It took him like a few weeks. Mm. 6.
All right, there we go. There's more of the internal stuff. I don't know what the brown piece is, but
That's the power board, I believe.
Yeah, that's the power board.
All those big capacitors and whatnot.
well, what else?
Oh, one other random anime thing. Spice and Wolf, one of the series I really like, is actually getting another season. It's been like years. So it's still been really popular, so I'm surprised it's taken this long.
Space.
Curious if they'll at least get it
And-
to like one of the main endings, because it actually kind of keeps going a little bit, but it has technically finished. Just like some side stories, but I did also pick up those VR versions that I got
Yeah.
to play. Oh, there's like one or two VR games I was gonna pick up, but I haven't yet. There's that other one where you're like some type of like demigod, and there's like a priestess that you help go around. I think that was on Oculus.
Mm,
I don't know if you saw that.
probably. I mean, I follow most of the new. I'd
Yeah.
probably recognize it if I saw it.
We also still need to try Demio one of these days.
Yeah. Well, so what we're waiting for with Demio is their ability to have the desktop version
that's right.
interact with VR, because then Logan and Tyler could at least join us with like the normal version,
Mhm.
since Logan doesn't want to use VR. Play that, even though it's really good in VR. But yeah, well, I picked up a couple things on their sale recently. Like
Oh, they did have a sale. I forgot
yeah, I
about that.
finally got the Myst remake.
Yeah,
Um,
the VR one.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, so you can run it in desktop mode,
Sure.
but yeah, it has full VR support.
Nice. That'd be good for that.
Yeah.
You actually get to like flip the switches.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Okay.
There's a whole bunch of other games I got on the sale, but I'd have to look back at my list. But
I
some pretty
sure
neat
hope it
ones.
didn't just ruin this.
Oh, that was another game I was playing again recently. Was Tales of
Arise.
Arise. So many Tales games. Yeah, that's a really good JRPG. I still
Yep.
think you'd like that, Logan.
Okay, so this would be 100 times easier to put the sticker on now than waiting.
Sure.
Because they're like, oh yeah, you should. Yeah, it's even set up this way. Like, how? Because they're like, oh yeah, the last step is to put all these stickers on. And I'm like, there's no way, especially this one specifically, I could do it without disassembling it. Oh god.
Check out that foot articulation piston action.
Nice. So shiny too.
Yeah.
One of these days, I do want to get a metal build, but almost all of them are pretty expensive.
Yeah. Well, and I think they're kind of a pain to put together.
I believe it. Not to mention, like, I wonder how you even snip those.
Yeah.
Because, like, you didn't need to have, like, a dedicated pair of snippers. You're probably
Right.
going to ruin.
Tin snips or something.
Well, and, like, the paint, they would have to paint it because you would be tearing off that part of the paint.
Oh, damn it.
Yep.
The stuff I pulled was just for this page. I thought it was for this section. So there's a whole bunch of other sheets that I need to pull out now.
Of course.
And I get to do the dangly bits now. These things. I don't really know what these are supposed to be for, but they look cool.
Dangly bits? Oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
They're like piping.
Yeah, so
piping.
they go on the back of the feet.
Are they magnets or do they?
No, they have holes to
Okay.
pop into.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
That'd be interesting to do like a
Did you
magnet
show
thing.
the foot?
Yeah, it'll probably be kind of tricky to show it on camera without my big meat hands in the way. Foot, piston, action. Yeah. So, oh, Shit.
Don't break it.
I think something might have just snapped off the tray. But yeah, that's all the articulation of the feet that I've been making. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I just snapped something. I don't think it actually broke a part, but I think it may have pushed a part off of the board.
Okay. The cardboard.
That felt like it kind of popped something. Well, poo. All right, let me try to find these other sheets then. A B D E K N Q S U. Jeez. Okay, so we're done with L.
Yeah. A5.
Don't need F. No, we do need U. We don't need I. G.
We don't need you.
H.
Oh my god, dude. These are very unforgiving stickers.
Yeah. Thought it had B. Maybe not R.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew, man.
Oh, Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays with another fantastic product. You get tired of having all those blood stains in your underwear.
Wait. Is that Q or O? I think it's O. O. T.
Hmm. All right, that'll have to do. Okay, so let's see. We have this piece, and then this is going somewhere.
If it's there, it's going to be amazing.
Gonna go right here. Got it. Okay. So we now have the ports for the controller and the memory card, which that says memory card in there, but it's kind of hard to see, and they're kind of going up. I'm wondering if I screwed it up, but I don't really know what else I could have done wrong. I also have no clue how I would have put these stickers on like this. Like, there's just no way.
There was no way.
There is, like, legit no way.
Wait, I never found Q. Oh, wait, no, that is Q. Never mind. I'm just losing my noodle. Well, the problem is I came across O, and on the O sheet, there was like a bit of plastic that was in the spot that made it look like it was a Q on one of them. So I was like, wait a minute.
4 Q, another Q.
Yeah. The Batman symbol.
I need M. 25 and 28.
Um, 13 and 14.
Now here's the question:
No,
which
12.
hands should I use? I even have white or black hands.
Oh, you know what you know which stream we will have to postpone at least for 1 week? 1 week. Actually, no. No, yeah, it'd be 1 week. Is when Sean and I go to Seattle.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that.
Because that's the weekend of July 4th.
Yeah.
So we would have done our show on the 3rd, so we might have to wait
Yep.
till the following weekend. Well,
We'll just stream from the cruise.
no. We'll be at Tyler's house
Oh, yeah.
on that time. We'll be fine, but Shane will be like, hello.
We'll be having a grand old time. But
We'll have a grand old time. D.
these nuts.
For D's nuts. Where is that piece?
Wait.
This is B. This is D. Okay.
That's so weird.
Oh, crap.
Oh, are these the wrong hands? I think these are the wrong hands. They are the wrong hands. They want me to use the white hands. Is it always going to be the white hands?
I just had an inkling for hands.
I had a hunger for hands.
Yeah.
Or I had a hunger that only hands could.
Did he ever actually? No, I'm thinking of the other series. Did he actually finish that other series?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know he was
Charlie
close.
the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did finally finish it.
Took it like months.
Years.
Okay,
No, that
I
was
thought so.
crowdfunded and it took many, many years. But,
Many a moons.
you know, it was also a very long project. So, in terms of the final result, I don't feel like this goes on like this, but according to this, it does. I just feel like this is going to immediately pop off as soon as
Or it's
this
gonna pop off.
articulates a certain
It's gonna
way.
be amazing.
There.
Maybe that's
Okay,
right,
so
though.
there's the laser eye. The laser.
Okay, so we got that. We need M1 and 2.
So we got that piece. We got this piece. Okay. So we are now good to go ahead and attach the top and the bottom. Yeah.
So the ribbed part goes in here. Good.
Okay, well, there we go. It's not done yet, but like,
Yeah.
there's the front, the top, the lid opens up. And there you can kind of, it's
Too dark.
too dark, but it's got the little laser in there.
I do also think it's funny that we get like out of focus close up of your canned ingredients.
Maybe that's probably what contributed to the crappy
Yeah,
focus.
it's trying.
I'm trying the best I can. Okay, so that part's done. B17, which is right, yeah.
I feel like I need like some rubber, some tiny rubber pincers of some sort on some of these parts. There we go. Okay. Which hand? I almost feel like that South Park episode where he's
Huh, so they actually have, I don't know, I'm assuming this was a service port, but like,
mm-hmm.
there's actually the door latch If I can get this thing open. But yeah, I guess I'm assuming this was a service port on.
Yeah, that's where the Game Shark would go.
Okay. But yeah, so there's this little piece that
Yep, it covers it up. That's accurate.
covers it up.
I never looked into how accurate it was, but I saw something way back where like the original PlayStation model was actually like a super clear good CD player. So some people were even getting them just for like high quality CD output.
I think I recall. Well, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think I mentioned it before. Because I mean, they made stuff like that, so I just used another part. Nope, she has arms, but they're not attached.
all right, I'm now working on the board for the controller. So there we go. God, I'm gonna hate putting the stickers on these. I already can tell. It's the stickers for the triangle, square, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like these stickers, I don't feel are that great in regards to quality. So they keep on.
Yeah, I think I used the tweezers on mine to grab the corner and kind of position them really finely before tacking them down on my Saturn one.
But like for me, because I had to readjust it, it was already curled
yeah.
Oh.
like really bad when I took it off.
Yep.
All right. So now I need the controllers. Oh wow, this is not a good. That was not a good angle for the mold thingy.
Yeah.
By the way, Alan, if you're still listening, I know that you're there, but if you listen, it's a different question.
Well, now she.
Just jam that in.
She said yes.
Yeah,
but
no,
she-
I see. Erin was at Jim Gaffigan last night. She posted on Instagram.
AA Ron.
No, it would have been EE Ran.
I knew Aaron spelled with the two A's at Sprint for a little bit, and we kept making fun of him. calling him-
I mean, there's a guy at our office. His
Oh, yeah.
name is Aaron with that.
It's Quellen.
One of you says another funny ass name. All right, I think I'm done with this piece. So
No, she's not here, but yeah, I was curious what Ellen thought of Nope, the trailer for that. I've heard good things about his other horror movies.
I mean, she's going to see it in
Oh, yeah.
theaters. So
I mean, it definitely looks like a Jordan Peele film.
Oh yeah. I
She
still
said,
love the name of it.
She said my body is ready.
Another one is like the A27 films recently. Like they've been doing some really A24, yeah, 27. That's a different scene. Yeah, they've been doing some really cool kind of horror-y, or at least just weird movies.
You're reminding me, not that, but there was some other movie preview.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I
This
was
is for
responding
this
to
is
her.
oh,
They look really good.
Something dark side.
something that's in the works right now that I was like, I wonder if the guys would be interested for that. It was kind of more of a. I don't remember what that was now. I'd have to go check my movie news sources that I keep up with every now and then.
Mhm.
Well, I have the heel of the foot,
Nice.
but I need to get the rest of the pieces of the foot.
So the only problem I've noticed with these, I'm trying to use the sticks on like some of the skin,
Mm-hmm.
but they almost texture the skin very finely. So when I use these, it kind of like polishes it, makes it too smooth.
Mm.
But oh well, it's better than the nub bit being there.
No. No. Oh well.
Don't make it worse, Logan. Don't make it worse, Logan.
Okay, so just so we're clear,
Mhm.
those are going on last. Okay. It's
Oh
such
yeah, it is
it's
kind of a
so
Twilight Zone
tiny.
type movie.
what?
No, he worked on
B4,
Twilight Zone for a little bit.
A10.
The new ones. Yeah, I like that. You know, he's really into that type of stuff, and he finally gets to kind of direct and do it his own way. Even though I loved him in his comedy stuff, I still need to see. Was it Keanu or whatever? With him and the other guy from Key and Peele.
Oh, with the cat?
Yeah.
Well, I know that we were talking about potentially seeing, which we're almost getting to the point to where it's probably going to be out of the theater, is the like everywhere all at once thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard mostly good things. I think. I'd be curious to see it. I don't know if I need to see it in the theaters, but it would be good for like a movie night. A
Good.
good setup.
Damn it, get in.
Okay, so how are we supposed to go? That. This.
There we go. Man, this is like, if this is like in what am I trying to say? Like, this is like to scale,
Mhm.
to like model scale. The cable was nowhere near this long.
Yeah.
I know one of the models had a super long cable.
Yeah.
I mean, you could cut it, but
Actually, no. I think my original pad was pretty long for PlayStation. I think they shortened them a little bit as
the
they
later-
went.
Yeah. Well, because it's like the original Xbox one was like, what, 10 foot long or something insane?
I'm gonna have all this extra freaking controller cable that I don't know what I'm gonna do with.
You gotta wind it around the controller like a proper
Bend it all up.
thing, unlike the other people that say, no, don't do that.
I mean, it does make it kind of weird, but if you
It's
do it
fine.
right, it's fine. Yep. For life. I kind of was, but I also didn't. Yeah, I guess I did. No. I did it in such a way where like it usually didn't bother me.
Yeah. There's a right way and there's a wrong. Shoot.
I think it's funny that you even have to put together a controller.
And even the internals and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a big pain to flatten. Need like a good
Yep.
small, I guess. Okay, that kind of works. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. 1, 2.
Oh, that's what they were showing. Okay. That makes more sense. So. It would probably help if I knew more Japanese. Because it was trying to highlight something and I didn't notice it's highlighting that like one side is slightly thicker than the other side. So you're supposed to put it in this way.
What? Oh.
Wait, did I do it backwards again? God damn it.
Oh man. Get in there. Get in there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to finish these feet before we end the stream. Like, we can't stop until at least this section is complete.
I'm gonna be here all night.
Hold on to that feeling.
Okay, and then I need...
Alright, so there's nothing that goes in between these, so this can be snapped together. Alright, so I think it's about to be sticker time and be done. The only thing is I'm missing... Whoops. Okay, good.
Now you did it.
I kicked the thing.
Don't kick the thing.
Assemble this part first. Okay. So I am looking for D2.
These nuts.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind, I'm not, because it says it doesn't need it. Alright, so... Yep, so it is now sticker time. Oh, God.
What about it?
I'm trying to cut this acrylic piece,
Mm-hmm.
and I think
Oof.
that's close.
Careful.
Okay. Yep. Come on.
Okay, I think. Alright, I think I'm
Get
safe.
in there. Oh, that's pretty freaking cool, actually. I wish that rough spot would go away, though. Yeah, just in the spring action of these, there's still just some spot, I think, because the pieces are fitting together where it's not, like, fluidly smooth. But yeah, like,
you can shave off. To
it's
make...
all... I already tried. I
Okay.
think it's internally, just the way it's, like, spreading out, because it's under spring tension and it's two halves. Like,
Yeah, maybe you'd have to glue them. I know there's a couple parts I've already seen on this one that require glue eventually. I need to get new bottles of model glue. The ones we have in the drawer are very dry by now.
Probably.
I think I tried opening one and it was just solid.
Yes. Yeah, probably actually. Now that I think about it.
Those have been multiple years old.
All right, there we go. We have a game disc, a Sony blank
Yep.
plate. Whoops, a
It's-
blank PS1 game disc.
I mean, I guess you can label it as whatever you want.
Just take a white,
Yeah,
like a
sticker
white
or-
thing, and be like,
Well, didn't it have a label spot?
No, it's just all
Yeah.
black.
The white end. So I think that top is actually the top that they used on the writable media version that they had for the PlayStation discs.
They had writable ones.
I don't think they were public, but I think it was
Oh.
what they used internally for like development discs and stuff. I've seen some kind of writable form that I think had that top, because the white section was for you to
Well,
write.
And
Like
the standard
what the,
games
uh,
had the white thing.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that part, but yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I think that might be the topper for like a writable disc.
I know the gold Maxters actually had a gold colored.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. It is interesting now that I've built a couple of these now. Like I'm recognizing some common parts that they
Mm-hmm.
use. Like this part for the knee, I've done multiple times.
did you get one or two game discs? Didn't you get two?
No, I got one disc, but there were like 3 options for the top.
Okay.
But you could only pick one
Because you only get one
because
disc.
you only get one disc, which I'm just like, okay. I guess technically, if you wanted to, you could put a disc label on both sides and then flip it
I
over.
guess. You
But
might get the shiny-
I wouldn't have gotten to use the under label to do the texture, which I kind of wanted. So
It'd be fun if you could like print your own, I guess. You'd have to color it somehow, but or get new
That's
stickers.
funny. So they actually get it to where the
Oh yeah. Does it have a spring in there to pull it up? Or...
no,
Okay.
it's just a.
there's like a little
That's a little
action.
lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
mine
thing is
did
the
that.
power button just sticks.
Aw.
Yeah, mine is like that too. They just kind of sit really low in there, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I feel like those need like a tiny spring of some sort.
But
Wonder if you could get a tiny spring from somewhere.
it you push the little disc thing open and then it can stay open
So we
and
got all that,
just
and then I
lock
need
it
Q3.
I also think it'd be fun to put like an actual Raspberry Pi in there.
okay, where's this one go? One. That's not one. Do I not use one?
627.
What the hell?
Damn it.
Yep.
Where'd it go? Oh, Logan, it's by your side. If you wouldn't mind grabbing that. Yep. There it is.
Okay, so there's a sticker here that I cannot, for the life of me, figure out where it goes.
What is it? What's it look like? Oh, that's like a warranty sticker. I think it would go on the bottom.
So they already have one there.
Oh, was it a backup one? Does it look different? Yeah, it looks different when I saw it.
I mean,
Go
like,
under the lid.
I don't think so. It doesn't show. Oh, wait a minute. Does it go? Ah. there it
Oh,
is.
the controller. Yeah, I knew it looked familiar.
Actually, maybe it does not. No.
Does it not go there?
Is there even one on the controller?
I thought there was.
Oh no, it's the memory card.
Memory card. Okay.
It's just that the size of the sticker did not align with.
Oh, I forget if I mentioned to Ellen, but my mom's been getting into Asian dramas now on Netflix and other places. Pretty funny.
Yes, Ellen has. Ellen watched an entire Korean drama.
Yeah, she's been bouncing back and forth between Korean, Chinese, and a couple Japanese. But I think she's mostly been doing Korean. Well, I guess in a decent number of Chinese. It's just funny because she's also not used to the different cultures. So she keeps, it's a whole new world there, and she's like, "Oh, did you know that it's like this?" It's like, "Yep, I knew." It's fun.
Yeah, Ellen watched like this entire series.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's some good K dramas and whatnot.
And
And some of them have pretty good quality.
she got all teary and stuff.
Oh yeah, some of them can be super pulling on the heartstrings.
So what you're saying is they gotcha.
Yep. If they don't got you, you don't have a heart.
Sure. I have no soul.
Yeah.
Logan, this person hurt.
No, it was the Squidward thing.
Yep.
I have no soul. Well,
Yeah.
these are feet, all right.
You'd probably recognize some of the ones she's watched, but I've only been like half paying attention. Whenever I come up, she's just like halfway through another series. At least she's getting a lot of use out of my Netflix.
I guess that's another thing. I finally have Sean starting Stranger Things.
Yep.
Even though it's slow going because there's only so many nights where Logan's not here, so we don't bother him with it since he's going to be all difficult about it. So.
It's pretty good.
But no, Luke and I tried that by watching like one episode or two and then being like, because that represents the whole show.
You gotta at least give a show 3 series. The 3, unless it's like exceptionally big.
I'm just giving Logan a hard time. It's
Okay.
fine. I do still say, and I think Sean will agree with me, that you would at least like the 3rd season of that show a lot.
I'm surprised because like even the kids are really well.
Yes.
They're
Cast
acting
and-
really
yeah.
well. Yeah. To me, it's interesting. Like, the more I think about it, like, I wonder what they think about it now that they're growing up doing it.
Yeah.
It's almost like another Harry Potter type thing. At least one of them has gotten into some movies.
Wasn't one of them in
Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I guess that is her. No, but I was talking about Ghostbusters
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah.
and It. The new It, I think.
Yes.
Oh,
He was
really?
in that as well.
Okay.
Playing basically the same character.
character, yeah. That's the only tricky thing is they've gotten kind of typecast in
Yeah.
that. But, it's also a trend right now to be doing a lot of those period films.
Yeah. Or typecasting, but that's
Mm-hmm.
always a Hollywood thing. Well, you can play this one character, so we'll just keep you doing that one character.
Well, it's kind of like, hey, Jason Statham, we want you to
Exactly.
play Jason.
All right, get this. So you're going to play this guy that's like secretly working as an assassin.
There's times where I think that works. Like, to me, Tom Cruise plays a very good Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all he can play. That's his entire range. Yeah, so it's interesting how they do this. So you see how there's like these little like ridges inside of there?
Mhm.
There's like a flat piece that
Yeah,
goes in there
to
to
fit
restrict
it at the
movement.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, come on.
Have you announced anything about doing another Godzilla? Like an American one, I guess?
I don't think so that I've heard, and I think this one was the last. Could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was the last one that was under the license agreement they had.
Yeah. So you probably have to make another.
So here's something that's stupid. So they have the actual like, what's that word, like imposed or like the embossed
Yeah.
PlayStation logo, but all you do is you put a sticker over it.
Yeah, they did that with the Saturn as well.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. It was like, oh.
Well, oh no, I dropped the disc.
Oh.
But let's see, there's PlayStation logo. There we go. Got the stickers on the power and the open and all that stuff.
A 17.
These again. Uh-oh.
We took too long.
Man. It's been a while since that happened.
Mm-hmm.
It is 5. Maybe that was a sign. TV's like, hey, it's 5.
Oh,
No. No.
he still hasn't finished the
I'm
part.
trying. I want to get at least the other ends of these wiggly bits connected. So they're not just loose. Which I think will be roughly the end of the foot and ankle. I'm about to turn the page. So let me see where we are after I turn the page. And if it's like, nope, you got like another page before you can do that, then I'm going to be like, okay.
I mean, knowing that, it might be.
I don't think so, because the number of parts I have left is getting really short here. I think I'm close to being done with this bit. But... E3 and 4.
Damn it.
E3. That doesn't exist right now.
No. Yeah, these, like, I need a lot of concentration for these little tiny stickers.
Yep.
Also, these stickers are cut really crappy. Okay.
To be fair, the model is cheaper than some of the other Gundams, but it's also a simple model.
No, I mean, I like it. It's just
Yeah.
like these stickers are cut, like they're cut through the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to take the sticker off, but the paper's coming
Okay.
off with it.
I wonder because they're very thin stickers.
Yeah, probably.
So, let's go. Mhm.
But they announced the next story expansion piece, or at least like patch story piece for 14.
I thought they announced something.
So that will probably get me to go back into that.
Of course it will.
And so,
I mean, at least you're mostly caught up more than you were last time, right?
yeah, last time it was pretty much last time when I played Shadowbringers,
Mm-hmm.
I stopped now and didn't pick up until 5 patches from now.
That's what I thought.
So it was like a year and a half, or like a year and a few months. So I'd like to make sure I don't take that long of a lull, excuse me, because then I'll be like, Ellen, and then have to rush it all again because it's like, oh crap, the expansion's out next week and I haven't done any of the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wait for her response.
Mhm.
She's like, I'm going to murder him. 7, 6, 7.
11, 2, 8.
7 goes here. Boom.
So I assume it's too quiet to be picked up on the mic. There's this hawk that's usually nests outside our studio.
Yep, he's out there right now.
Yep. Exactly. There's some days where he's just like super loud.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like on the pole right over here.
What a beautiful hawk impersonation by Shane.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of how he sounds right now.
You're gonna confuse him. Think there's competition over
He
here.
did get quiet for a second.
Yeah.
Well, competition or maybe opportunity.
Ringer.
Yeah, is that a male or female? It's one of those things. I wonder if it's just a one of the birds that came out of that nest, or if it is the same bird. Forget how long hawks usually live.
I'd imagine pretty decent lifespan compared
Yeah.
to.
Like a small bird.
I'm a chicken hawk.
Mhm.
Man, freaking perfect first try. Okay, we got the little PlayStation card. Let's see if I can get that. Gonna be able to. There we go.
Nice.
PlayStation memory card. That's gonna go literally right in the slot, like just like that.
Don't mess with it while it's saving.
Please don't remove card while saving.
I actually had an issue with that once.
So, you know, one of the problems I had with my PlayStation for a while, I had gotten these, I don't think they were Mad Cats,
Mm-hmm.
but they were third-party controllers. They might have been Mad Cats. They were actually really good. I really liked them. They had an interesting, like, D-pad where it was kind of like if you had the surface kind of came to a point at the 4 cardinal directions and had like a pit in the like angles.
Sounds familiar.
So your thumb actually could rest comfortably in one of the angled like pits, the down left,
Mm-hmm.
and like easily do that. It had really good feel to it. The
Huh.
buttons were very solid. One of the two, I still have them somewhere. One of the two of them over the years developed some weird power issue where they caused a problem with the power on the port,
Yep.
which would occasionally interfere with the memory card.
Oh, that's bad.
And it really sucked because I really liked those controllers. They were actually quite comfortable to use, but
Yeah, I had I think it was like a 3-in-1 memory card, and it had like a button you could hit to like switch between them. One time I was trying to save over at a friend's house, and something happened. It got loose or something, and it reset. It cleared everything.
Yeah.
From all 3 cards. I lost so much progress.
Stinks.
Yep.
I don't think I ever had full-on data loss. I know there were times where like my card got full and I had to like wipe it.
Yeah.
And so the mem card I have now is still one of the original ones I had from GameStop, I think. And it was a 2-pack, and I think I lent out someone one of my, because there was like this translucent gray one, which is the one I still have, and then there was like a translucent blue one, and I think I lent that one out to somebody and never got it back. But I mean, I still have the one that has most of my main stuff on it.
All right, I'm on the last stickers, and these are going to be the least amount of joy.
Least amount of joy. They do not spark joy with loading.
They do not spark any kind of joy.
All right, let's turn the page. Nope. No. No, it's going to be a while before I get to link those up. Because those are going to go directly to part of the rest of the leg. I think. If I'm reading this correctly. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of memory cards, I even have an Xbox memory card. Or a 360 memory card.
I do not own a 360 mem card because I ended up getting the arcade, which had one built in.
Yeah.
But
eventually got rid of them. So
I've thought about breaking out my 360. I just don't know what I would really do with it because most of the 360 games I have, I think the majority of my library is backwards compat on my Series X, and I actually tried the original Mass Effect on there.
Nice.
I need to figure out though, isn't there a way to enable some of the enhancements for Xbox to do like?
It won't be the same full like enhancements of the remaster.
But I think they have like, I know for certain titles they have like the ability to render it at a higher res or do FPS.
There's certain things on
depends
certain
on what
games,
title, but I think I read that Mass Effect was supposed to have some of those, but I couldn't figure out how to like enable those features.
I assume it's somewhere in the settings.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to stop here then because this is like starting a whole new part. So there's, but look, you guys, I made, like some parts of the leg. Yeah, that's part of the leg there. Part of the leg. Yeah.
Leg.
The leg.
Yeah, part
the
of
leg.
the leg.
The leg.
But yeah.
You just see his leg.
Nope, it's too late.
No.
He missed it.
All right,
I wasn't
sorry.
paying attention. No.
Wow,
No.
this thing's gonna be big when it's done.
No, I said I made part of the leg.
Oh.
No, but yeah, these are the feet. Well, part of the feet. I don't think they're quite done. But yeah, they have a lot of articulation in... Yeah, that's really sticky. But, yep. So, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of those... But yeah, idea of scale, right? I mean, you've got... Those are the feet of him.
Well, the arms alone.
Yeah. Yep. These are the arms.
Just so you know, that
I
is
know
covered.
it's not.
No, it's
it's like
Camera. Yeah.
the problem is all this is in the way for me arranging this. But yeah, like those are the legs and this is the arm. I can't even really fit it all in shot, so it's gonna be pretty big.
Yeah. Show it next to it like his phone or something to scale. You'd have to move his phone.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like almost half of his phone just for the bottom part of the foot.
But yep. So I did at least complete those sheets. Most of this one, and I think another one I got. Yeah, most of this one. So this is the first time since I started this where some of the sheets are actually like getting wrapped up. But I still have a lot of sheets in there.
Now I finished. So, we got the controller, we got the buttons all on there.
Mm-hmm.
Button stickers, I mean.
It would be fun too to have like a dual shock, but it makes sense since this is the original.
And the actual console. Yes, I'm well aware that the open button is a little angled
Ah,
or crooked, and I
it's
can't.
stylized.
I'm not going to be able to take that off to fix it. But the reset and power is good. The PlayStation's good. Got the stickers back here with all the ports.
Nice.
Got the.
Oh yeah, and they're in Japanese, of course. I guess
This is a
those-
plastic model.
What model number is it? Is it
Uh,
7001?
It is SCPH 1000.
1000. Yeah, yeah. I guess being an early model, like 7000 is a later model.
Dude, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 more pages.
Yep.
No, 5 more pages just for the legs. And then I do the body, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 pages. Then the backpack for 1, 2 pages. Then the weapons.
Do you want to switch it
What
back?
the heck is
Shine-
the
shine.
head?
You want to show off
Oh.
mine?
Oh, I guess.
So I got the torso, the arms, and a single leg.
Yep.
Yep.
Here she is. Don't mind the. She just doesn't have any nipples, but
No.
because like they would be somewhere.
Well, these are like solid armor plates. So,
But yep. Then
and
we
they're,
have.
kind of pushed up.
we
She
have-
actually has another, I guess
we
you could
have
call
a-
it breastplate
We have a butt.
that has a little bit less cleavage, but it still has a window.
Hey.
She has multiple faces too. I just went with that one.
Mwah.
Oh my god, Logan.
Yeah, she has like a pouty face and just kind of a neutral, almost smile. And then there's some other stickers you can do a custom one.
Guess really,
So,
we can
I-
probably go back to.
I
this.
looked it up because I was curious what the other models were. Because I have a bunch of them, but I don't know all of them because there's a ton. I think she is like the second biggest, and one of the other ones I have is I'm pretty sure the biggest.
In
Yeah.
regards to chest.
Yeah,
or
chest
bust.
muscle areas. Yeah.
All right. Well.
But I swear, I mostly picked it because I liked her style, not just because of that.
Well, Logan.
Well, it. If I could just get
Nope. Can't.
this. There we go. Well, it is. It's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us on another Konsui Fighter Live. Again, you can follow us on our social media, Konsui Fighter on Twitter, Facebook, and that's it. And then Searching Studios for those two as well. And then again, if you haven't looked at Konsui Fighter, you can find it currently on the Google Play Store if you just search Konsui Fighter, Konsui Fighter. And I think it is on the early access price for $3.99. And we have all these new updates keep being pushed out every few months until the game eventually launches.
That price won't be there forever. So.
Right. So get it now while you can at this discounted rate. But otherwise, thank you all for joining. My name is Logan again.
We'll see you guys in a month.
Yep, we will see you guys next month on the 7th. On the 7th. So until next time, see you guys later. Thanks for joining.